Imagine walking into a room where everyone seems to know your every move, your plans, your struggles. Feels uncomfortable, right? That's what happens when you overshare. In a world obsessed with putting everything online, our goals, our emotions, even what we had for lunch, there's a quiet power in holding some things back. The Stoics understood this centuries ago, and their wisdom still holds true today. What if I told you that keeping certain parts of your life private isn't just wise? It's a strategy for success. There are 6 things you should never reveal to anyone, not because you're hiding something, but because keeping these things to yourself protects your energy, builds your confidence, and sharpens your focus. Stick around to hear them all, because the last one might just change how you approach life forever. But first, let me tell you a story about a man named Matteo, a man who learned the hard way what happens when you reveal too much too soon. Matteo was a dreamer, and his ambitions were anything but small. He wanted to build a business, leave a legacy, and create something the world would remember. One day, sitting at a coffee shop with his closest friends, he decided to share his grand vision. With excitement in his voice and fire in his eyes, he laid it all out, every detail of his plan, every step he intended to take. At first, his friends seemed impressed. They nodded, smiled, and even offered a few words of encouragement. But as the days turned into weeks, Matteo noticed something unsettling. The same people who had praised his ambition started questioning his choices. "Are you sure that's going to work?" one friend said. "Maybe you should tone it down a little," suggested another. Doubts crept into Matteo's mind, planted by the very people he thought would cheer him on. He started second-guessing himself, adjusting his plans to align with their opinions. And before he knew it, his once bold vision had been watered down into something ordinary, something safe. Then, to make matters worse, one of those friends casually mentioned Matteo's plans to someone else, a mutual acquaintance who had been working on a similar idea. Before Matteo could take the first step toward his dream, he found himself in a race he hadn't even started. Disheartened, Matteo turned to his mentor, an old professor who had always given him sound advice. "Why does this keep happening?" Matteo asked. "Why does it feel like every time I share my dreams, they lose their spark?" The professor smiled knowingly and said, "Matteo, you're giving away your power. Dreams are like seeds. They need time to grow in the dark before they face the world. If you expose them too soon, they may never take root. Learn to protect what matters most." That conversation changed everything for Matteo. He stopped announcing his every move and started working in silence. Over time, he found that his focus improved, his confidence grew, and his results spoke louder than any words ever could. Now, what can we learn from Matteo? There's wisdom in knowing what to keep private. As we dive into these 6 things, think about your own life, what you're sharing, and whether it's serving you or holding you back. Let's begin. 1. Your biggest dreams and goals. There's something magical about having a dream, a vision of what your life could become, a goal so exciting that it keeps you awake at night. But here's the truth. Not everyone will see your vision the way you do. In fact, most people won't. Sharing your biggest dreams and goals too early can do more harm than good. It can expose your aspirations to doubt, criticism, and even outright negativity from people who can't see what you see. Dreams are fragile when they're new. Like seedlings, they need care, protection, and the right environment to grow strong. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Think about that for a moment. How often do we look outward, seeking approval or validation for something that truly only requires our own belief? When you share your dreams prematurely, you're inviting the opinions of others into your creative process. And not everyone's opinion is helpful. Imagine this. You share a new goal with a friend, and instead of the enthusiasm you hope for, you're met with hesitation. "Are you sure you can pull that off?" they might ask. Or worse, they start listing reasons why it's not realistic. Even if their intentions are good, this kind of feedback plants seeds of doubt. You begin to question your own abilities, second-guessing whether you're capable of achieving what you set out to do. The initial excitement fades, replaced by hesitation and fear. Over time, you may find yourself abandoning the goal altogether, not because you couldn't achieve it, but because you let someone else's skepticism dim your light. Visionaries like the Wright brothers Steve Jobs and Elon Musk didn't achieve greatness by broadcasting their dreams to the world. They worked in silence, allowing their ideas to take shape without interference. The Wright brothers were told human flight was impossible. Steve Jobs faced ridicule for believing personal computers could become household staples. Elon Musk has been criticized for everything from electric cars to space exploration. Had these individuals sought widespread approval early on, their innovations might never have seen the light of day. Instead, they protected their visions, letting them grow stronger and more resilient before unveiling them to the world. When you keep your dreams private, you're not being secretive, you're being strategic. Protecting your goals allows you to nurture them without the noise of external opinions. Write them down, visualize them, and work toward them quietly. Each step forward becomes a building block, strengthening your confidence and conviction. Another benefit of keeping your goals private is the element of surprise. When you reveal your achievements after the hard work is done, the impact is far greater. Instead of trying to explain your dreams to skeptics, you show them what's possible through your results. The doubters are silenced, not because you argued with them, but because you proved them wrong through action. This doesn't mean you should never share your dreams with anyone. Trusted mentors, close friends, or family members who genuinely support you can be valuable allies. But even then, be selective. Share enough to gain perspective or guidance, but not so much that their doubts overshadow your vision. The Stoics would remind us that our greatest power lies within. Epictetus wrote, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Your dreams are yours. They don't need validation from the outside world." Instead of announcing your goals to everyone, channel that energy into action. Let the results speak for themselves. Success, after all, doesn't come from shouting your dreams from the rooftops. It comes from quietly working on them until they're too big to ignore. So, the next time you feel tempted to share your ambitions with the world, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself, is sharing this dream helping me achieve it, or is it exposing it to unnecessary risk? Keep your goals close, protect them fiercely, and let them grow strong in the safety of your own belief. When the time comes, reveal your dreams not as fragile ideas, but as unshakable realities, proof of what's possible when you guard what matters most. 2. Your struggles and setbacks. Life is full of struggles, moments when the road gets steep, obstacles appear, and you wonder if you have the strength to keep going. It's natural to want to share these challenges. After all, we live in a culture that celebrates vulnerability and openness, where being authentic often means bearing it all. But here's a hard truth. While sharing your struggles might win you sympathy, It won't get you closer to a solution. Your battles, those private moments of hardship, are tests of your resilience, strength, and determination. They shape who you are and prepare you for the victories ahead. And while it can be tempting to broadcast these challenges to the world, doing so can dilute your energy, invite unnecessary judgment, and ultimately distract you from what matters most: overcoming them. When you share your struggles, you open the door to criticism, skepticism, and pity. Think about how many times you've shared a personal setback, hoping for understanding, only to be met with advice that feels dismissive or unhelpful. Worse, some people may use your vulnerabilities against you, either to undermine your confidence or to gain an upper hand. But beyond the opinions of others, there's another reason to keep your struggles private. It forces you to focus on solutions. When you're not preoccupied with explaining your problems to others, you conserve your energy for finding ways to overcome them. Instead of seeking validation or comfort, you're channeling your efforts into progress. The Stoics believed in mastering one's response to adversity. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This principle applies to struggles as well. When you internalize your battles, treating them as private challenges rather than public grievances, you gain a sense of control. You're no longer waiting for external reassurance. You're building your own strength from within. Another reason to keep your setbacks private is the way it shapes your narrative. The world rarely celebrates struggle. It celebrates triumph. When you share your struggles prematurely, people may pity you, but they won't necessarily respect you. On the other hand, when you keep your head down and focus on the climb, the story you tell later is one of perseverance and success, not defeat. Imagine an athlete training for a major competition. They endure grueling workouts, injuries, and moments of doubt, but they don't broadcast every ache and pain. Instead, they focus on the work, knowing that their performance on the big day will speak louder than any complaint ever could. The same principle applies to life. When you keep your struggles to yourself, you're preserving the energy and focus needed to overcome them. This doesn't mean you should pretend everything is fine or suppress your emotions. It's about being selective with whom and when you share. Trusted mentors or close friends who can offer genuine support are valuable. But broadcasting your setbacks to a wide audience often results in unnecessary noise, opinions, doubts, or even gossip that can cloud your judgment and slow your progress. The Stoics taught that every setback is an opportunity for growth. Epictetus wrote, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Your struggles are not meant to be paraded, they are meant to refine you. They are the forge where resilience is built and character is strengthened. By keeping your challenges private, you allow yourself the space to learn from them without the distractions of external input. When you finally succeed, when you overcome the obstacle or achieve your goal, your triumph will be all the more powerful. Instead of explaining how hard it was, you'll have the results to show for it. Your victory will inspire others, not because you told them about the struggle, but because you demonstrated what's possible through action. So, the next time you face a setback, resist the urge to share it with the world. Pause, reflect, and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? Let your struggles remain your private battles, your personal tests of resilience. Channel your energy into finding solutions and save the story for when you've emerged stronger, wiser, and victorious. The world doesn't reward struggles, it rewards results. Let your triumphs speak for themselves when the time comes, and in the meantime, let your battles strengthen you in silence. 3. Your strategies and next moves. In the game of life, as in chess, success often comes down to strategy. The best players don't reveal their next moves. They anticipate, adapt, and strike at the right time. Sharing your strategies prematurely is like handing your opponent your playbook. It gives them the opportunity to counteract, undermine, or even steal your ideas. Strategic silence, on the other hand, preserves the element of surprise and ensures that your efforts make the greatest impact when executed. Imagine this. You've been working tirelessly on a breakthrough idea, a plan that could change the trajectory of your career or life. Excited, you share it with someone, only to watch them dismiss it, leak it, or worse, implement it themselves. The truth is, not everyone will see your vision the way you do, and some may even act against your best interests. By revealing your next moves too soon, you risk giving away the very advantage that could lead to your success. In a hyper-connected world where oversharing has become the norm, the art of strategic silence is more valuable than ever. Sun Tzu, the great military strategist, wrote in The Art of War, "All warfare is based on deception. While life is not always a battle, the principle remains true. By keeping your plans close to your chest, you maintain the upper hand. You decide when and how to reveal your moves, ensuring that your timing maximizes their impact." The element of surprise is a powerful force. When your competitors, or even your peers, don't know what to expect, they can't prepare. Whether you're launching a new project, negotiating a deal, or making a life-changing decision, keeping your intentions private allows you to move freely without interference. It eliminates the noise of unsolicited advice, skepticism, and criticism that could derail your focus or dilute your confidence. Consider some of the world's most successful individuals and organizations. Their greatest moves often come seemingly out of nowhere. Think of a tech company unveiling a revolutionary product or an athlete pulling off an unexpected win. The common thread is this: they didn't broadcast their strategies ahead of time. They worked behind the scenes, refining their approach, and struck only when the moment was right. Keeping your strategies private doesn't mean you're being secretive or dishonest. It's about being intentional and selective with what you share and with whom. Trusted confidants, mentors, or collaborators can play a vital role in helping you refine your plans. But even then, your full strategy doesn't need to be laid bare. As the saying goes, a wise man keeps his own counsel. Strategic silence also protects you from self-doubt. Sharing your plans too early invites external opinions, many of which may not align with your vision. Hearing phrases like, "That'll never work," or "Are you sure about that?" can plant seeds of doubt in your mind. These doubts, even when unintentional, can slow your momentum or cause you to second-guess yourself. By keeping your next moves private, you shield your mind from unnecessary distractions and keep your confidence intact. Timing is everything. Revealing your plans too soon can also dilute their impact. Think of it like a magician revealing their tricks before the performance. The awe, the intrigue, the magic itself is lost. Instead, let your actions and results speak for themselves. When you unveil your strategy at the right time, the impact is undeniable. People will notice your success not because you talked about it, but because you delivered it. A practical approach to preserving your strategic edge is to focus on execution over explanation. Rather than discussing what you're planning to do, channel that energy into making it happen. Every minute spent talking about your strategy is a minute you could be spending refining and executing it. Let your results do the talking. They'll carry far more weight than any words ever could. In your personal and professional life, there will always be those who seek to compete with or critique you. Keeping your strategies and next moves private doesn't just protect you from them, it empowers you. It allows you to move confidently, with purpose, and on your terms. You're no longer playing a reactive game. You're dictating the pace, setting the tone, and staying several steps ahead. Ultimately, the goal isn't to be mysterious for its own sake, but to ensure that when you act, you do so with maximum impact and minimal interference. By maintaining strategic silence, you create an aura of control and competence that not only protects your plans, but enhances your reputation. People will begin to see you as someone who delivers results, not just promises. So, guard your strategies as if they were precious treasures. Work quietly, plan carefully, and act decisively. When the time comes to reveal your hand, make sure it's a winning one. Let the world see the result of your efforts, not the play-by-play of how you got there. In the end, it's not about keeping secrets, it's about ensuring your success. 4. Your knowledge and expertise. Knowledge is power, but how you wield it determines your success. Sharing your knowledge can establish credibility and position you as an authority in your field. Yet, it's vital to guard the unique elements that set you apart, your special sauce. These are the insights, strategies, and methods that give you an edge, and keeping them to yourself can often be the smartest move. Think about the world's greatest chefs. They generously share recipes, tips, and cooking techniques through books, television, and social media. Yet, their most celebrated creations, the signature dishes that keep diners coming back for more, are closely guarded secrets. These chefs understand that giving everything away dilutes their uniqueness, potentially allowing others to replicate their success without putting in the same level of effort or creativity. The same principle applies in any field. Your knowledge and expertise are valuable, but they're most powerful when you use them strategically. Sharing enough to provide value or build credibility is wise. It demonstrates competence, inspires trust, and attracts opportunities. However, giving away everything you know, your processes, insights, or methods, can leave you vulnerable to being overshadowed, imitated, or even outmaneuvered. Consider this. If you reveal all your secrets, what sets you apart from the competition? In today's fast-paced world, where information is accessible at the click of a button, retaining a unique element of mystery can be the key to staying ahead. It's not about withholding value, but about knowing what to share and when. Moreover, keeping some of your expertise private forces others to recognize your value in action. Instead of giving people a step-by-step manual, allow them to see your results and accomplishments. This not only reinforces your credibility, but also positions you as someone indispensable, someone they want to learn from, collaborate with, or hire. Another advantage of holding back certain knowledge is maintaining control over your growth and innovation. When you don't reveal everything, you give yourself room to adapt, refine, and expand on what you already know. By keeping your secret ingredients to yourself, you protect your intellectual property and ensure that you're always one step ahead. Sharing knowledge also comes with risks. Not everyone will use it with good intentions. Some may take what you offer and present it as their own, while others may attempt to undermine or devalue your contributions. By carefully curating what you share, you safeguard your expertise and ensure that it's respected, not exploited. This approach doesn't mean you should be stingy with your knowledge. On the contrary, sharing insights and helping others can create powerful connections and establish a reputation for generosity and expertise. However, balance is key. As you share, remember to protect what makes you irreplaceable. Your special sauce isn't just what you know, it's how you think, adapt, and innovate. These are things no one else can replicate because they are uniquely yours. For example, take a business leader who shares lessons about entrepreneurship. They might reveal principles of effective leadership, strategies for scaling a company, or insights into building a strong team. Yet they wouldn't disclose every detail of their internal operations or the nuanced decisions that make their company thrive. By holding back certain elements, they retain their competitive edge while still offering immense value to others. Another benefit of keeping some knowledge private is the allure of exclusivity. People are naturally drawn to what they can't fully access. When they sense there's more to learn from you, they're more likely to engage, follow, and seek you out. This curiosity creates opportunities for deeper connections and collaborations where your true expertise can shine. Ultimately, sharing knowledge is about creating impact, not giving away your power. Think of yourself as a lighthouse, offering guidance and illumination while remaining steadfast and unyielding at your core. Share enough to light the way for others, but keep your foundation solid and unshakable. So, the next time you're tempted to lay all your cards on the table, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, am I sharing this to build value, or am I giving away something irreplaceable? Focus on showcasing your capabilities without compromising your unique strengths. Let your results speak louder than your explanations. By striking this balance, you not only protect your competitive edge, but also position yourself as a leader whose insights are valued and sought after. In the end, it's not just about what you know, it's about how wisely you use it. 5. Your true feelings and emotions. Emotional control is a superpower, and mastering it can transform the way others perceive and interact with you. In a world that often values raw vulnerability, it's easy to fall into the trap of sharing every emotion you experience. However, while emotional intelligence, understanding and managing your emotions is crucial, broadcasting your feelings in every situation can leave you exposed, misunderstood, or even manipulated. Imagine being in a high-stakes negotiation or a moment of crisis. If you let fear, anger, or frustration show, it gives others insight into your vulnerabilities and weaknesses. They may interpret your emotions as instability or use them to their advantage. On the other hand, projecting calmness and composure, regardless of what's happening internally, creates an aura of confidence and strength. This composure inspires trust, sets the tone for those around you, and helps you maintain control in situations that demand clarity and focus. Take legendary leaders throughout history, for instance. Think of figures like Winston Churchill or Nelson Mandela. These individuals faced unimaginable challenges, yet they projected steadiness and determination even in the direst circumstances. Their ability to temper their emotions and show resolve inspired those around them to stay calm and take action. The key to their leadership wasn't in pretending emotions didn't exist, but in choosing when and how to express them. It's not about suppressing or ignoring your feelings. On the contrary, it's about owning them and deciding how they will serve you rather than being at their mercy. When you choose to process emotions privately before revealing them, you create space to reflect, respond thoughtfully, and avoid knee-jerk reactions that could undermine your position or credibility. Consider the workplace, for example. A manager who panics or lashes out under pressure can demoralize their team and erode trust. In contrast, a leader who remains calm and collected, even during setbacks, fosters confidence and respect. This doesn't mean the calm leader doesn't feel the stress. They likely do. But they understand the importance of keeping emotions in check for the greater good. There's also a strategic advantage in being less emotionally readable. If you consistently wear your heart on your sleeve, others can predict your responses and reactions, which can leave you open to manipulation. By maintaining an even emotional keel, you keep others guessing, retain the upper hand in negotiations, and exude a quiet strength that commands respect. This principle applies to personal relationships as well. While openness and vulnerability are important for intimacy and trust, being selective about when and how you express emotions can prevent unnecessary conflict. Not every fleeting irritation or moment of sadness needs to be shared. Instead, taking the time to process emotions privately allows you to approach discussions with clarity and balance, ensuring that your words and actions align with your intentions. Practicing emotional control also has a profound impact on your self-perception. When you're not constantly reacting to every emotional trigger, you begin to feel more grounded and in control. This self-mastery reinforces your confidence, enabling you to face challenges with resilience and poise. Over time, you'll notice that others naturally gravitate toward you for stability and guidance, further solidifying your position as a strong and reliable individual. To develop this emotional control, start by creating a habit of pausing before reacting. When faced with a challenging situation, take a moment to breathe, assess your emotions, and determine the best course of action. Ask yourself, what outcome do I want from this situation? Will expressing my emotions right now serve that goal, or would it be better to hold back? It's also helpful to have a private outlet for processing emotions. Journaling, meditating, or confiding in a trusted friend or mentor can help you release and understand your feelings without exposing them to unnecessary scrutiny or misinterpretation. Remember, controlling your emotions doesn't mean you never express them. It means you express them intentionally. For instance, sharing your vulnerability after you've overcome a challenge can be incredibly inspiring and relatable. It shows strength and authenticity while also allowing others to connect with your journey. The key is timing. Reveal your emotions when they add value, not when they create unnecessary complications. Ultimately, emotional control is about power, not over others, but over yourself. It's about ensuring that your feelings serve your goals rather than derail them. In a world that often rewards impulse and overexposure, the ability to remain composed and deliberate is a rare and valuable skill. By choosing when and how to reveal your true feelings, you not only protect yourself from unnecessary vulnerability, but also cultivate a reputation for strength, stability, and wisdom. In the game of life, those who can master their emotions hold a distinct advantage. After all, in chaos, people look to the calmest voice in the room, and that voice could be yours. 6. Your finances and personal wealth. Money is a sensitive topic, and sharing the details of your financial situation, whether you're struggling or thriving, can often do more harm than good. In today's world of oversharing, it might feel natural to talk openly about your finances, especially in a society where success is often measured by material wealth. But discretion in this area is not just wise, it's powerful. By keeping your financial status private, you protect yourself from judgment. envy, and exploitation, allowing you to maintain control over your resources and safeguard your independence. Think of the ripple effects that revealing too much about your finances can cause. If you're struggling, unsolicited advice, pity, or even criticism may follow. People might see your situation as a reflection of your worth, intelligence, or capabilities, even if external factors played a significant role in your financial challenges. On the flip side, openly discussing financial success can attract envy or false friendships, as well as pressure to lend money, invest in dubious ventures, or meet others' expectations of generosity. Consider this. The wealthiest and most financially successful individuals often maintain a sense of mystery about their true net worth. Warren Buffett, for instance, lives modestly despite his vast fortune, allowing his actions to speak louder than his bank account. This discretion is strategic. It protects him from unnecessary scrutiny and allows him to focus on creating value rather than managing others' perceptions. When you keep your financial details private, you maintain the upper hand. Imagine negotiating a deal or setting terms for a business agreement. If the other party knows too much about your financial situation, whether good or bad, they might leverage that knowledge to their advantage. By keeping your cards close to your chest, you create an aura of stability and confidence, ensuring that your wealth or lack thereof does not define the interaction. Furthermore, discussing financial successes can unintentionally create expectations that put pressure on you to maintain a certain lifestyle. Friends and family might expect you to always pick up the tab, lend money, or live up to the image of wealth you've portrayed. This pressure can lead to financial stress or even resentment, as your money becomes less about fulfilling your personal goals and more about satisfying others' expectations. For those who are financially successful, there's also the risk of exploitation. Revealing details about your income, investments, or savings can make you a target for scams, fraud, or even opportunistic relationships. People may attempt to ingratiate themselves into your life, not for who you are, but for what they think they can gain. Maintaining financial privacy protects you from these vulnerabilities. Keeping your finances private also cultivates a mindset of humility and focus. When you stop measuring your success by how others perceive your wealth, you gain the freedom to pursue financial goals that truly matter to you. This might mean saving for a dream project, building generational wealth, or investing in causes you believe in, not buying status symbols to impress others. Silence about your finances allows you to grow your wealth in peace. It gives you the mental clarity to focus on what truly drives financial success: smart planning, hard work, and disciplined investing. The noise of external opinions can often derail even the best-laid financial plans. By maintaining privacy, you protect yourself from distractions and stay aligned with your financial vision. That said, being private about your finances doesn't mean you should avoid seeking advice or learning from others. Trusted financial advisors, mentors, or confidants can provide valuable guidance, but choose these individuals carefully. The key is to be selective about who you let into this deeply personal area of your life. Another benefit of financial discretion is the positive impression it leaves on others. A quiet confidence about your financial matters often commands more respect than boasting about wealth or bemoaning struggles. When people can't pin down your financial status, they're more likely to judge you by your character and actions rather than preconceived notions about your bank balance. Let your lifestyle and actions reflect your prosperity, not your words. If you're building wealth, Do so with intentionality and patience, understanding that the greatest fortunes often grow in silence. If you're facing financial struggles, use that quiet space to strategize, learn, and rebuild without the added weight of others' judgments or unsolicited advice. In Stoic philosophy, the principle of moderation applies here. Neither flaunt your wealth nor lament your struggles. Stay grounded and focused, understanding that money is a tool, not a measure of your worth. By keeping your finances private, you protect your resources, your reputation, and, most importantly, your peace of mind. Discretion in financial matters isn't about secrecy for its own sake. It's about empowerment. It allows you to navigate the complexities of wealth with clarity and confidence, free from external noise. True wealth is not about validation or recognition from others. It's about having the freedom to live life on your own terms, and that freedom thrives in silence. In life, we all strive to find balance between confidence and humility, between authenticity and strategy. And while there's wisdom in learning from others and sharing our journey, there are certain aspects of our lives that deserve a level of discretion. Among these, our self-perception and how we project it to the world hold a vital place. This brings us to a fundamental principle in Stoic philosophy: mastering oneself before trying to influence others. Today, we'll explore how our self-esteem, confidence, and the way we present ourselves play a pivotal role in shaping not just our success, but also our peace of mind. Let's dive into how cultivating clarity, resilience, and confidence can lead us to a more fulfilled life. Imagine standing in a room full of strangers. Some people naturally command attention. They don't have to shout, boast, or wear the flashiest clothes. Their presence speaks for them. What is this magnetic quality they possess? Confidence. True, quiet confidence that doesn't demand validation, but inspires trust. It's a rare and powerful trait, and the Stoics understood its importance deeply. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, often reminded himself to remain grounded, to keep his emotions in check, and to approach challenges with a sense of inner calm. Confidence for the Stoics wasn't about arrogance or bravado. It was about aligning your actions with your values, embracing clarity, and acting decisively without fear of failure. In this chapter, we'll uncover how building unshakable confidence, rooted in clarity and self-respect, can help us navigate life with purpose, courage, and grace. Years ago, in the bustling streets of ancient Rome, there was a young merchant named Lucius. He was ambitious, but plagued by self-doubt. Every time he approached a potential buyer, his voice faltered and his hands shook. He believed in his goods, but he didn't believe in himself. One day, while selling at the market, Lucius caught the attention of a philosopher passing by, none other than Epictetus. The philosopher observed Lucius for a while and noticed his hesitancy. When the market began to quiet, Epictetus approached him. "Why do you tremble, young man?" he asked. Lucius sighed. "I'm afraid they won't buy from me. They might think my goods are not worthy, or worse, that I am not worthy." Epictetus smiled knowingly. "Let me share something with you. The way others see you is a reflection of how you see yourself. If you do not trust your own worth, how can you expect others to?" The philosopher went on to explain that confidence stems from preparation and clarity. Know the value of what you offer, not just to others, but to yourself. Speak with conviction, stand tall, and let your actions reflect your belief in your abilities. Epictetus then gave Lucius a practice. Every morning, he was to write down 3 qualities he respected in himself, and 3 ways he could serve others through his work. By doing this, Lucius began to shift his mindset. Over time, he stopped worrying about whether people would approve of him. Instead, he focused on the value he brought to the marketplace. Months later, Lucius transformed. His goods were the same, but his demeanor was different. Customers flocked to his stall, drawn not just by his wares, but by his unwavering confidence. And when someone doubted his products, he didn't falter. He simply smiled and said, "If you see the value, you'll buy. If not, another will." 1. Self-respect is key to confidence. Confidence starts within, and at its foundation lies self-respect. If you don't genuinely value yourself, it's nearly impossible to expect others to do so. Self-respect isn't about arrogance or self-importance. It's about having an honest relationship with yourself. It means recognizing both your strengths and your weaknesses, and choosing to work on the areas that need improvement while appreciating your unique qualities. Think of self-respect as the solid ground on which confidence is built. When you respect yourself, you naturally establish boundaries, refusing to let others dictate your worth or compromise your values. This isn't always easy in a world that often pushes us to seek external validation. The Stoics understood this and taught that true worth comes from within, not from what others say or think. Marcus Aurelius famously advised, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your thoughts are self-critical or filled with doubt, your confidence will reflect that negativity. But if you cultivate respect for yourself, your confidence will naturally grow. To build self-respect, start by practicing self-awareness. Take time to reflect on who you are and what you stand for. Are you living according to your values, or are you compromising them to please others? Self-respect also requires accountability. When you make a mistake, own it. Learning to forgive yourself and grow from your failures strengthens your sense of integrity. Another key to self-respect is keeping promises to yourself. If you say you'll exercise, learn a new skill, or wake up earlier, follow through. These small wins reinforce the belief that you are capable and reliable. When you treat yourself with the respect you would give a close friend, your confidence becomes unshakable. Ultimately, self-respect isn't just about how you view yourself, it's also about how you allow others to treat you. Set boundaries that protect your energy, time, and dignity. Surround yourself with people who uplift and respect you, and distance yourself from toxic influences. When you respect yourself, it sets a standard for how others will treat you, creating a virtuous cycle that strengthens your confidence even further. 2. Clarity brings confidence. Confidence flourishes in the presence of clarity. Knowing your goals, values, and priorities provides a sense of direction and purpose that eliminates uncertainty. When you act with clarity, every decision aligns with your bigger picture, and this alignment fuels confidence. Imagine embarking on a journey without a map. You'd feel lost, hesitant, and unsure of every step. This is what life feels like without clarity. Conversely, when you know exactly where you're headed, your actions become decisive and your confidence grows. The Stoics emphasized the importance of clarity in life, advising that we focus on what truly matters and eliminate distractions. Seneca said, "If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable." In other words, clarity provides the anchor that keeps you steady. To cultivate clarity, begin with introspection. What are your core values? What kind of life do you want to lead? Write these down and revisit them regularly. Once you're clear on your values, use them to set goals. These goals don't need to be monumental. Even small, actionable steps create momentum. The key is to ensure that your actions align with your long-term vision. Clarity also requires saying no to what doesn't serve you. This can be difficult, especially when faced with opportunities that seem appealing, but don't align with your values. However, every time you say yes to something that conflicts with your priorities, you dilute your confidence. By staying true to what matters most, you reinforce your sense of purpose and self-belief. Another critical aspect of clarity is communication. Be clear about what you want, both with yourself and others. This eliminates misunderstandings and ensures that your intentions are aligned with your actions. People are naturally drawn to those who exude clarity because it signals confidence and reliability. When your goals, values, and actions are in sync, confidence flows naturally. You no longer second-guess yourself or hesitate in decision-making. Instead, you move forward with purpose, knowing that each step brings you closer to the life you envision. Clarity isn't just a tool for success. It's a cornerstone of confidence that empowers you to face challenges with certainty and strength. 3. Resilience through setbacks. Failure is not the end, it's a lesson. The Stoics believed that setbacks are opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This perspective transforms challenges from obstacles into stepping stones. Every failure is an opportunity to refine your skills, deepen your understanding, and strengthen your resolve. Consider how setbacks shape resilience. Imagine a blacksmith forging a blade. The metal must be heated, hammered, and tempered repeatedly before it becomes strong and unbreakable. Similarly, life's challenges are the furnace that strengthens your character. When you face failure, it's not a reflection of your worth. It's a call to rise and try again, equipped with new insights. Resilience begins with acceptance. Denying or avoiding failure only prolongs its sting. Instead, face setbacks head-on and analyze what went wrong. What can you learn? How can you adjust your approach? This reflective mindset not only prevents future mistakes, but also builds your confidence. Overcoming difficulties proves to yourself that you're capable of navigating life's storms. Another crucial aspect of resilience is maintaining perspective. The Stoics taught that our perception of events determines their impact on us. Epictetus advised, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you view failure as a natural part of growth, it loses its power to diminish your confidence. Resilience also comes from persistence. The most successful individuals have failed countless times, but their ability to keep moving forward sets them apart. J.K. Rowling faced rejection from numerous publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Each setback was a test of her determination, ultimately making her success even sweeter. Finally, resilience builds confidence through action. When you confront challenges and take steps to overcome them, you prove to yourself that you can handle adversity. This self-assurance carries over to future obstacles, creating a cycle of strength and confidence. Failures don't define you. Your response to them does. By embracing setbacks as opportunities to grow, you cultivate a mindset of resilience that turns every challenge into a stepping stone toward greater confidence and success. 4. Present yourself with purpose. The way you carry yourself speaks volumes before you even say a word. Confidence isn't just about what you think or feel. It's also about how you project yourself to the world. Your demeanor, tone, and posture are powerful tools that influence how others perceive you and how you perceive yourself. The Stoics recognize the importance of composure and presence. Seneca wrote, "Calm confidence is the hallmark of the wise." This doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but rather presenting yourself with deliberate purpose. When you stand tall, speak clearly, and maintain a steady gaze, you convey strength and reliability, inspiring trust in those around you. Posture is the foundation of purposeful presence. Slouching or avoiding eye contact sends a message of insecurity, even if that's not how you feel. Conversely, standing tall with shoulders back and head held high exudes confidence. Research even shows that adopting power poses can influence your own feelings of self-assurance, reinforcing the connection between body and mind. Your tone of voice also shapes perceptions. Speak with clarity and conviction, avoiding a hesitant or apologetic tone. This doesn't mean being aggressive, but rather communicating with a calm, assertive energy that draws people in. A confident tone signals that you believe in what you're saying, encouraging others to do the same. Your appearance plays a role as well. While it's true that confidence comes from within, how you present yourself externally can enhance or detract from it. Dressing appropriately and grooming well aren't about vanity. They're about signaling respect for yourself and the situations you encounter. When you take care of your appearance, you show others that you value yourself and the interaction. Purposeful presence also requires mindfulness. Be aware of your surroundings and the energy you bring into a room. Confidence isn't about dominating. It's about contributing positively and authentically. Listen actively, respond thoughtfully, and engage with intention. Ultimately, presenting yourself with purpose isn't just about how others see you. It's about how you see yourself. When you act confidently, even if you don't feel it at first, your mind begins to align with your actions. Over time, this practice builds genuine self-assurance, creating a feedback loop that strengthens both your inner confidence and your outward presence. 5. Confidence is cultivated, not innate. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. The Stoics understood that self-assurance stems from deliberate practice, self-awareness, and discipline. Just like Lucius, a Roman philosopher who honed his confidence through introspection and clear action, you too can develop this essential trait over time. To cultivate confidence, start with self-awareness. Take a moment to reflect on your strengths, talents, and past accomplishments. Write them down. This exercise isn't about boasting. It's about grounding yourself in what you already bring to the table. Too often, we focus on our weaknesses, but recognizing and celebrating our abilities is the foundation of self-confidence. Focus on your value. Confidence grows when you understand the unique skills and qualities you contribute to the world. The Stoics emphasized living in alignment with one's virtues, those inner strengths like courage, wisdom, and resilience. When you align your actions with these principles, your confidence becomes unshakable because it's rooted in something far deeper than external validation. Clarity is another cornerstone of confidence. The Stoics believed in setting clear goals and acting with purpose. When you know where you're headed and what you stand for, self-doubt diminishes. Take time to define your goals and the steps needed to achieve them. As you make progress, no matter how small, your confidence will grow with each success. Remember, confidence is a skill that improves with practice. Much like learning to play an instrument or master a sport, it requires consistent effort. Practice stepping out of your comfort zone in small ways every day. Speak up in meetings, try something new, or take on a challenging task. With each step, you'll prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. Confidence is not the absence of fear or self-doubt. It's the ability to move forward despite them. By focusing on your strengths, aligning with your values, and taking purposeful action, you'll cultivate a deep and lasting sense of self-assurance. Just like the Stoics, you'll learn that confidence isn't a gift, it's a habit. 6. Actions speak louder than words. The Stoics believed that confidence is best demonstrated through actions, not words. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one, Marcus Aurelius wrote. This principle applies to confidence. It's not about declaring how self-assured you are, but showing it through what you do. Quiet strength is far more impactful than loud declarations. Imagine two individuals entering a room. One loudly boasts about their abilities, while the other simply gets to work, letting their results speak for themselves. It's the latter who commands respect, embodying the Stoic ideal of composure and effectiveness. Your actions are a reflection of your inner confidence. Show, don't tell. Instead of saying, "I'm confident," approach challenges with calm determination. Take the lead on projects, offer solutions, or take a stand for what you believe in. When you focus on doing rather than speaking, people naturally take notice of your capabilities. In Stoicism, the principle of arete, or excellence, emphasizes that our worth is proven through virtuous deeds. Confidence rooted in action is authentic because it's earned. Each time you make a decision or complete a task with integrity and effort, you build confidence. Success isn't a prerequisite for confidence. It's the effort and persistence you display along the way that count. Silence can also amplify confidence. Speaking less, but acting decisively, conveys a sense of control and poise. People are drawn to those who exude quiet authority, as it reflects inner peace and self-assurance. This doesn't mean avoiding communication altogether. It means choosing your words wisely and backing them with consistent action. Let your work ethic and achievements be your voice. As the Stoics taught, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. When you focus on living your values and acting with purpose, you inspire trust and admiration without having to say a word. This approach not only strengthens your confidence, but also solidifies your reputation as someone who leads by example. In the end, confidence isn't about making noise. It's about making an impact. By aligning your actions with your principles and letting results speak for themselves, you'll cultivate a confidence that's as unshakable as it is inspiring. 7. Failure doesn't define you. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a necessary step on the path to achieving it. The Stoics embraced failure as an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Confidence doesn't crumble in the face of setbacks. It thrives when you choose to learn and adapt from them. When you encounter failure, resist the urge to define yourself by it. The Stoics believed that our worth isn't tied to external outcomes, but to our inner character and actions. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Each failure is a test, a lesson in resilience, and a chance to prove to yourself that you're stronger than the challenges you face. Think of Thomas Edison, who famously failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his repeated failures, he simply said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. This mindset embodies the Stoic principle of persistence. Rather than letting failure define him, Edison saw it as part of the process. Every failure provides invaluable feedback. It highlights areas for improvement and forces you to reassess your approach. Instead of seeing setbacks as permanent roadblocks, treat them as stepping stones. Reflect on what went wrong, adjust your strategy, and move forward with renewed determination. Confidence grows when you choose courage over self-pity. The Stoics taught that courage is the ability to act in the face of fear and adversity. Each time you rise after a failure, you're building a foundation of unshakable self-assurance. Remember, failure is temporary, but the lessons you learn from it are lasting. Finally, embrace the mindset that failure is evidence of effort. It shows that you're pushing boundaries, stepping out of your comfort zone, and striving for greatness. Confidence isn't built by playing it safe. It's forged in the moments when you take risks and persevere despite setbacks. Let failure be a teacher, not a verdict. By viewing each setback as an opportunity to grow, you'll develop the confidence to tackle any challenge with resilience and resolve. 8. Embody quiet strengths. True confidence doesn't shout, it simply is. The Stoics valued a quiet, unshakable strength that speaks volumes without saying a word. This type of confidence doesn't seek validation from others. It radiates from within, creating a magnetic presence that naturally inspires and commands respect. Quiet strength is rooted in self-awareness and self-respect. When you truly understand and accept yourself, you no longer feel the need to prove your worth to others. Instead of seeking external approval, you focus on living in alignment with your values and principles. This internal alignment creates a calm, grounded confidence that others find both admirable and reassuring. Consider the example of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor known for his composure and wisdom. Despite wielding immense power, he never boasted or sought to dominate others. Instead, he led with humility and quiet authority, earning the respect of his people and peers. His leadership exemplifies the Stoic ideal of quiet strength, power that doesn't need to proclaim itself. Quiet confidence also has a unique ability to inspire. People are naturally drawn to those who exude calm assurance, especially in times of uncertainty or chaos. When you carry yourself with composure and poise, you become a source of stability for those around you. This magnetic presence is far more impactful than any boastful declaration of confidence. To embody quiet strength, focus on your actions rather than your words. Let your work, character, and achievements speak for themselves. Practice humility by recognizing that confidence isn't about being better than others. It's about being your best self. The Stoics taught that true greatness comes from within, not from external recognition or comparison. Finally, remember that quiet strength doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or staying silent. It means choosing your words and actions carefully, responding rather than reacting, and maintaining control over your inner state. As Epictetus advised, keep your attention focused entirely on what is truly your own concern, and be clear that what belongs to others is their business and none of yours. By embodying quiet strength, you create a lasting impression without needing to prove yourself. This inner confidence not only empowers you, but also inspires those around you to strive for their own greatness. We often hold ourselves back by believing that confidence is something we're born with, that it's reserved for the naturally gifted or lucky. But what if confidence wasn't about luck or talent at all? What if it was about action, about choosing to show up as the best version of yourself, even when you don't feel ready? This idea, rooted deeply in both Stoic philosophy and timeless wisdom, can transform the way you approach life. It's the practice of acting as if, not pretending, but embodying the mindset, discipline, and actions of someone already excelling at their goals. Let me take you on a journey into what this truly means. Picture this. It's a Monday morning, and your heart sinks as you sit in your car outside your workplace. You've been dreading this presentation for weeks. It's a high-stakes meeting with your company's leadership team, and you feel anything but prepared. "Who am I kidding?" you mutter to yourself. "I don't belong in this room." Your mind replays all the things you think could go wrong, forgetting your points, stumbling over your words, or being asked a question you don't know the answer to. As the clock ticks closer to 9 a.m., the self-doubt builds and your confidence evaporates. But then you remember something you once read about the power of acting as if. It wasn't about pretending to be someone you're not. It was about stepping into the shoes of your future self, the one who's already thriving. That version of you wouldn't sit here paralyzed by fear. They'd walk into that room with their head held high, ready to take on the challenge. You take a deep breath and start visualizing. What would the best version of you do? They wouldn't hide in the corner or shy away from the opportunity. Instead, they'd speak with clarity, exude composure, and focus on the value they're bringing to the table. With that thought, you straighten your posture, adjust your tie, and step out of the car. As you walk into the building, you feel the shift. Your heart's still pounding, but your mindset has changed. You're no longer dreading the presentation, you're owning it. And when the time comes to speak, something remarkable happens. The nerves are still there, but your words flow. You answer questions with authority, and by the end of the meeting, your ideas are met with nods of approval and a handshake from the CEO. It wasn't magic. It was the power of choosing to embody confidence before you fully felt it. By acting as if you were the best version of yourself, you created a new reality, one where fear didn't control you. This principle is more than a quick fix. It's a philosophy that can redefine how you approach life. And it's one the Stoics understood well. They taught that the way you present yourself, even when you're unsure, influences not only how others perceive you, but how you perceive yourself. Confidence is cultivated through action, not waiting for the perfect moment. So, let's break it down. How can you act as if in a way that's authentic, powerful, and transformative? The Stoics believed that life is shaped by our actions, not our circumstances. Epictetus famously said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This quote captures the essence of acting as if, choosing to embody the virtues and qualities you aspire to, even before they fully manifest. Confidence, in this sense, is not something you stumble upon. It's something you build through deliberate practice. When you act as if you're the best version of yourself, you align your actions with your potential rather than your fears. It's not about pretending to be perfect or denying your flaws. It's about embracing the mindset that your current state doesn't limit what you can achieve. The Stoics would argue that by focusing on what's within your control, your thoughts, actions, and responses, you can create a life defined by strength and resilience. 1. Step into the role you aspire to fulfill. Imagine a stage where you're both the actor and the audience, your role, the best version of yourself. Stepping into the role you aspire to fulfill isn't about pretending to be something you're not. It's about aligning your actions and mindset with who you want to become. The Stoics believed in focusing on virtues and living as if you already embodied them. In the same way, when you act as the person you aspire to be, you accelerate your journey toward that ideal. Consider this. If you aspire to be a successful entrepreneur, how does that version of you think, act, and plan? Start by adopting those behaviors today. Wake up earlier, prioritize your tasks, and maintain discipline in your commitments. If your goal is to become a confident speaker, envision how you would speak in front of an audience. Then, practice speaking with the same poise and clarity in everyday conversations. This principle is not just about external actions, but also internal alignment. Marcus Aurelius emphasized living in accordance with reason and virtue, which translates to embodying the values you hold dear. If integrity, resilience, or compassion are part of the person you aspire to be, practice them consistently. Your external behavior shapes your internal belief, and over time, the gap between who you are and who you want to be diminishes. There's an incredible psychological effect at play here. When you act in line with your aspirations, your brain starts to believe it. You build neural pathways that reinforce those traits. The small victories you achieve by acting as if compound, creating momentum that drives you closer to your goals. Remember, stepping into your role doesn't mean perfection. It means striving consistently. As Epictetus said, first, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Each action you take as your ideal self reinforces your commitment to growth. Start small. Write down one quality or habit that the best version of yourself would have. Then, take one action today that reflects that trait. Over time, those actions become habits, and those habits define who you are. By stepping into your role now, you don't just wait for change. You become the change. 2. Train your mind to overcome. Doubt. Self-doubt is the invisible chain that holds you back from reaching your potential. It whispers, "What if I fail?" or "Am I good enough?" The Stoics understood that doubt originates in the mind, and they taught strategies to confront and overcome it. The key is not to eliminate doubt, but to act in spite of it. The first step in training your mind to overcome doubt is recognizing it as a natural part of growth. Seneca reminded us that courage is built by facing what we fear. Each time doubt creeps in, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Most often, the scenarios you fear are far less catastrophic than you imagine. By addressing your doubts directly, you strip them of their power. Action is the antidote to doubt. When you feel uncertain about your abilities, take one small step forward. For example, if you're hesitant to tackle a big project at work, break it into smaller tasks and start with the easiest one. Completing even a minor task builds confidence, proving to yourself that you can move forward despite uncertainty. As you accumulate small wins, your self-doubt diminishes, replaced by a growing sense of capability. Reflect on past successes to reframe your perspective. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, remind yourself of the challenges you've overcome before. Visualize those moments when you achieved what once felt impossible. Use them as evidence that you can do it again. Another powerful tool is adopting a growth mindset. See failure not as a confirmation of inadequacy, but as a stepping stone to success. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Each setback is an opportunity to learn and improve. Practice gratitude to shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. When doubt arises, write down 3 things you're grateful for and reflect on the resources and strengths you already possess. Gratitude rewires your brain to focus on positivity and possibility, breaking the cycle of self-doubt. Finally, be patient with yourself. Overcoming doubt is not an overnight transformation, but a lifelong practice. Celebrate small victories and progress, no matter how minor they seem. With each step forward, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving your goals. By training your mind to face and overcome doubt, you unlock the resilience and confidence needed to rise above it. 3. Focus on what's within your control. The Stoics taught that confidence begins with understanding what is within your control and letting go of what isn't. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This principle is foundational for building unshakable confidence. When you focus your energy on your thoughts, actions, and responses, you free yourself from the anxiety of trying to control external circumstances. Picture this. You're preparing for an important presentation. You worry about how your colleagues will react, whether the technology will work, or if your ideas will resonate. These concerns are outside your control. Instead, focus on what you can control: your preparation, your delivery, and your mindset. By channeling your energy into these aspects, you reclaim your power and approach the situation with confidence. This approach doesn't mean ignoring external factors. Instead, it means acknowledging them without letting them dictate your state of mind. Epictetus emphasized that while we can't control events, we can control how we perceive and respond to them. If someone criticizes your work, you can choose to see it as an attack or as an opportunity to improve. Focusing on what's within your control also helps you manage stress and avoid burnout. Worrying about uncontrollable outcomes drains your energy and diverts your attention from what truly matters. By narrowing your focus to what you can influence, you conserve energy and direct it toward productive actions. Confidence grows when you recognize the power of your choices. Every day, you decide how to respond to challenges, how to treat others, and how to pursue your goals. These choices are within your sphere of control. The more intentional you are about them, the more empowered you feel. Practice this principle by identifying areas of concern in your life and sorting them into two categories: what you can control and what you cannot. For those things outside your control, let go. For those within your control, take deliberate action. Over time, this mindset will strengthen your confidence as you learn to trust your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. 4. Embrace failure as a step forward. Failure is not the end, it's the beginning of growth. The Stoics viewed setbacks not as defeats, but as opportunities to build resilience and wisdom. Seneca put it simply, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." By embracing failure as a step forward, you transform it from a source of fear into a tool for progress. Consider a young entrepreneur launching their first business. The venture faces challenges: an underwhelming product launch, financial struggles, and harsh feedback. At first, these failures feel like evidence of inadequacy. But with the Stoic perspective, the entrepreneur sees them as lessons. Each setback offers valuable insights into what doesn't work, paving the way for smarter decisions in the future. This shift in mindset doesn't eliminate the sting of failure, but it reframes it. The Stoics believed that obstacles exist to teach us. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When you encounter a setback, Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this challenge make me stronger? Embracing failure also builds resilience. When you accept that setbacks are inevitable, you stop fearing them. This courage allows you to take risks and pursue your goals with greater determination. Confidence thrives when you know that even if you stumble, you'll rise again, stronger and wiser. Reflect on your own life. Think about a time when failure taught you an important lesson or led to an unexpected opportunity. Perhaps a rejected job application pushed you toward a better career path, or a failed project helped you develop new skills. These moments are reminders that failure is not final, it's formative. To practice embracing failure, start by normalizing it. Talk openly about your setbacks with trusted friends or mentors. Reflect on what you've learned from them and use that knowledge to adjust your approach. Celebrate the courage it took to try, even if the outcome wasn't what you hoped for. Ultimately, failure is a necessary part of success. Every great achievement is built on a foundation of lessons learned through trial and error. By embracing failure as a step forward, you cultivate the confidence to face challenges head-on, knowing that each obstacle is shaping you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. 5. Practice consistency over time. Confidence and success are not achieved overnight. They are the product of consistent effort over time. The Stoics believed in the power of discipline and daily habits to cultivate strength and resilience. Epictetus said, "First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This philosophy reminds us that small, repeated actions shape who we become. Think about an artist learning to paint. On some days, inspiration flows effortlessly, and the brushstrokes seem almost magical. On other days, the canvas feels like a wall, and progress is slow and frustrating. Yet, the artist shows up regardless of their mood. Over time, these consistent efforts, even the uninspired ones, lead to mastery. Consistency builds trust in yourself. Each time you stick to a habit or follow through on a commitment, you reinforce the belief that you can rely on your own discipline. This trust becomes a foundation for confidence, especially during challenging times when motivation wanes. However, consistency is not about perfection. It's about persistence. Some days, your efforts might feel small or insignificant, but they still matter. The Stoics taught that the journey to greatness is made up of tiny steps. Marcus Aurelius emphasized this in his writings. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. To practice consistency, identify habits that align with your aspirations. If you want to improve your physical health, commit to daily exercise, even if it's just a short walk. If you aim to develop a skill, dedicate time to practice every day, no matter how brief. Over time, these habits compound, bringing you closer to your goals. When motivation is low, remind yourself of your why. Why did you start? What vision are you working toward? Visualization can help, as we'll explore in the next lesson, but action, even small action, is the ultimate driver of progress. Remember, consistency over time creates momentum. When you focus on showing up day after day, you'll find that your efforts snowball. Confidence and success are built not in grand gestures, but in the quiet, steady rhythm of daily practice. 6. Visualize your best self. The Stoics understood the power of the mind in shaping reality. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. While this observation warned against negative thinking, it also highlighted the potential of positive visualization to align your mindset with your goals. Visualization is a tool that allows you to mentally rehearse success before it happens. Imagine your best self. How would you act, speak, and carry yourself in different situations? By mentally embodying this version of yourself, you program your mind to act accordingly in real life. Consider an athlete preparing for a competition. Long before stepping onto the field, they visualize the perfect performance. They see themselves executing every move with precision, feeling the rush of confidence and focus. This mental rehearsal primes their body and mind, increasing the likelihood of success when it matters most. Visualization isn't just for athletes. It applies to all aspects of life. Imagine walking into a high-stakes meeting, exuding confidence and delivering your ideas with clarity. Picture yourself overcoming a challenge with grace or achieving a personal milestone. These mental exercises create a blueprint for your actions. The key to effective visualization is specificity and emotion. Don't just picture vague outcomes. Focus on the details. How do you feel? What are your surroundings? What are you doing differently as your best self? Engage all your senses to make the experience vivid and compelling. Visualization isn't about pretending to be someone else. It's about connecting with the highest version of yourself. By repeatedly visualizing success, you train your subconscious to recognize opportunities and act in alignment with your aspirations. To start, set aside a few minutes each day for visualization. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living your ideal life. What do you look like? How do you feel? What habits or traits have helped you reach this point? Let this mental image guide your decisions and actions throughout the day. When combined with consistent effort, visualization becomes a powerful tool for transformation. It bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. By aligning your mindset with your goals, you create the confidence and clarity needed to turn your vision into reality. 7. Elevate your standards. Acting as if you are already the best version of yourself requires setting higher standards in every aspect of your life. Mediocrity is the enemy of growth, and to reach your full potential, you must demand excellence from yourself consistently. As Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Elevating your standards starts with self-awareness. Reflect on the areas of your life where you may have settled for less than you deserve. Your health, relationships, career, or even your mindset. Are you giving your best effort, or are you coasting? Once you recognize where you've allowed mediocrity to creep in, commit to raising the bar. For instance, consider your health. Are you fueling your body with nutritious food and maintaining an active lifestyle? Or are you making excuses for poor habits? Acting as if you are the healthiest version of yourself means treating your body as a high-performance machine, making choices that align with vitality and longevity. In relationships, elevating your standards means showing up as the best partner, friend, or parent you can be. This doesn't mean perfection. It means intentionality. Are you communicating with clarity and kindness? Are you prioritizing the people who matter most? In your work, adopting a standard of excellence means going beyond what's expected. Take pride in the details, seek opportunities to improve, and show initiative. The Stoics believed in giving their best effort in everything they did, no matter how small the task. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do every act of your life as if it were your last." Elevating your standards isn't about comparing yourself to others. It's about measuring yourself against the potential you know you have. This commitment to self-improvement will not only lead to personal fulfillment, but will also inspire those around you. Remember, your standards set the tone for your life. When you demand more from yourself, you create a ripple effect that elevates every area of your existence. Acting as if you are already the best version of yourself isn't arrogance. It's a declaration that you are worthy of living an extraordinary life. 8. Adopt a growth mindset. The Stoics believed that life's challenges are not obstacles, but opportunities to grow. Adopting a growth mindset means embracing this philosophy, viewing setbacks as lessons, and using every experience, good or bad, as a chance to improve. A growth mindset begins with how you perceive failure. Instead of seeing it as a permanent roadblock, see it as feedback. What went wrong? What can you do better next time? The Stoic philosopher Epictetus advised, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This perspective empowers you to learn and adapt rather than wallow in self-pity. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His resilience and growth mindset allowed him to persevere until he created the light bulb. Imagine if he had given up after the first few attempts. Adopting a growth mindset also requires being open to feedback, whether it's constructive criticism from a mentor or lessons drawn from personal experiences. Growth comes from humility and a willingness to learn. Instead of defending your ego, ask, "What can I take from this to become better?" Practicing gratitude can also help foster a growth mindset. Be thankful for the challenges that push you out of your comfort zone. They are the crucible in which your character is forged. Each difficulty is an invitation to stretch beyond your current limits. To cultivate a growth mindset, actively seek opportunities to challenge yourself. Take on new projects, learn new skills, or engage in activities that make you uncomfortable. The Stoics believed that adversity was essential for growth. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." When you adopt a growth mindset, you stop fearing challenges and start welcoming them as stepping stones to greatness. This mindset shifts your focus from avoiding failure to embracing progress. Every step, no matter how small, moves you closer to the person you aspire to be. Ultimately, adopting a growth mindset is about believing in your ability to evolve. It's not about being perfect today. It's about being better than you were yesterday. When you combine this mindset with elevated standards, you unlock the potential for continuous improvement and lasting confidence. 9. Lead by example. True leadership is not about authority, it's about influence. The Stoics believed in leading by example, inspiring others through their actions and demonstrating the virtues they wished to see in the world. When you exude confidence, competence, and clarity, you naturally elevate not just yourself, but those around you. Consider Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most revered Stoic leaders. As Emperor of Rome, he faced immense challenges, from wars to political strife. Yet, he led with calm determination, embodying the Stoic principles of reason, discipline, and empathy. His famous work, Meditations, was not written to impress others, but as a personal guide for leading by example. To lead by example in your own life, start by aligning your actions with your values. If you value integrity, be honest even when it's inconvenient. If you value excellence, put forth your best effort in every task, no matter how small. When others see your consistency and dedication, they will feel inspired to do the same. Exuding confidence is a cornerstone of leading by example. Confidence is not about knowing all the answers, but about trusting your ability to figure things out. When you approach challenges with a steady demeanor, you create an atmosphere of stability that reassures those around you. Competence, too, is vital. Invest time in honing your skills and expanding your knowledge. A leader who is skilled and prepared earns respect effortlessly. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus advised, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." Your actions should speak louder than your words, setting a standard for others to follow. Clarity in purpose is another hallmark of exemplary leadership. When you act with clear intentions and communicate them effectively, you inspire trust and unity. Whether in your family, workplace, or community, clarity helps others understand your vision and motivates them to contribute to it. Remember, leading by example is not about perfection. It's about consistency and authenticity. When you show up every day as the best version of yourself, you encourage others to do the same. You create a ripple effect of positivity, excellence, and purpose that can transform not only your life, but also the lives of those you touch. 10. Balance confidence with humility. Confidence without humility is arrogance, and humility without confidence is insecurity. The key is to find a balance where you recognize your worth while remaining open to self-improvement. The Stoics were masters of this delicate equilibrium, teaching that true confidence comes from understanding your potential and true humility from acknowledging your limitations. Acting as if is not about pretending to be perfect or better than others. It's about striving to reach your highest potential. This requires a deep belief in your abilities and an honest assessment of your weaknesses. Marcus Aurelius captured this duality perfectly when he wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Humility begins with self-awareness. Take the time to reflect on your strengths and areas for growth. Ask yourself, where can I improve? How can I learn from others? Humility opens the door to feedback and growth, while confidence gives you the courage to act on it. Imagine a skilled athlete who trains relentlessly to improve. They are confident in their abilities, yet humble enough to listen to their coach and refine their technique. This mindset applies to every area of life. Confidence empowers you to take risks and embrace opportunities, while humility ensures you remain grounded and receptive to learning. One way to balance confidence with humility is by focusing on collaboration rather than competition. The Stoics believed that we are all interconnected and that our actions should benefit the greater good. When you uplift others, you demonstrate both confidence in your abilities and humility in recognizing the value of teamwork. Another practice is gratitude. When you acknowledge the people and circumstances that have contributed to your success, you cultivate a humble heart. Gratitude reminds you that no one achieves greatness alone and that there is always more to learn and achieve. Ultimately, balancing confidence with humility allows you to grow into the best version of yourself while inspiring others to do the same. It creates a magnetic presence that draws people to you, not because you seek validation, but because your authenticity resonates with them. This balance is the foundation of true greatness and lasting fulfillment. Success. It's a word that everyone wants to claim, yet few are willing to earn. Behind every triumphant story is a price tag called sacrifice. Most people dream of greatness, but resist giving up comfort, convenience, or fleeting pleasures to achieve it. That's the secret no one talks about. Success demands a relentless commitment to trade the good for the great. Today, I want to share a method that has transformed countless lives. A method rooted in discipline, sacrifice, and the courage to step beyond your comfort zone. But first, let me tell you a story. Growing up, I spent many summers at my uncle's farm. It was a place of quiet discipline and tireless work, where each day began before sunrise. One particular spring, I watched my uncle do something that baffled me. He buried our best seeds into the dirt. To my young mind, it made no sense. Those seeds were valuable. They could have been sold or even used to feed us. But there they went, disappearing into the earth. Curious, I asked him why he would throw away something so good. He paused, wiped the sweat off his brow, and said, "You can't harvest without planting, and the better the seed, the greater the harvest." Weeks turned into months, and as the seasons changed, I began to see the wisdom in his actions. Those buried seeds sprouted, grew, and multiplied into a bounty far greater than what we had sacrificed. My uncle's words stuck with me. The soil always gives back more than it takes, but only if you're willing to give first. Years later, that simple lesson became a cornerstone in my understanding of success. Whether it's investing in your skills, sacrificing leisure for discipline, or choosing long-term growth over immediate gratification, success always requires planting seeds, seeds of effort, commitment, and sacrifice. Now, let's explore how this timeless principle applies to your life. Whether it's your career, relationships, or personal growth, the question isn't if you want success. The real question is, what are you willing to sacrifice to achieve it? Let's dive into the lessons that will help you plant the right seeds today to harvest a brighter tomorrow. 1. Success requires sacrifice. Success is not something handed out freely. It demands deliberate action and sacrifice. Picture a farmer planting seeds in spring. Those seeds, which could have been eaten or sold for immediate gain, are instead buried into the soil with faith in the harvest. This metaphor perfectly captures the essence of success. It requires forgoing immediate pleasures or conveniences to invest in something far greater, the future. In every aspect of life, the principle remains the same. Want to achieve financial independence? It might mean saying no to luxury purchases today to save and invest for tomorrow. Want to excel in your career? Sacrifice late-night Netflix binges to wake up early and learn new skills. Even relationships thrive on this principle. Sacrificing ego or personal comfort often strengthens bonds. The key is recognizing that these sacrifices aren't losses, but strategic investments. They create the foundation for long-term success. The seeds of effort, discipline, and patience you plant today multiply into opportunities, achievements, and fulfillment tomorrow. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is the willingness to pay this price up front and in full. If you aren't willing to sacrifice for your dreams, you may end up sacrificing your dreams for temporary comfort. Success, at its core, isn't about avoiding sacrifice. It's about choosing the right sacrifices. So ask yourself, what short-term pleasures are holding you back? What seeds can you plant today for a richer harvest tomorrow? Success demands sacrifice. but the rewards it yields make every sacrifice worthwhile. 2. Discomfort is temporary. Growth is permanent. Discomfort is the gateway to growth, yet most people shy away from it, preferring the illusion of safety in their comfort zones. What they fail to realize is that staying in comfort leads to stagnation. Growth, on the other hand, happens only when you willingly face discomfort head-on. Consider anyone who has achieved greatness: athletes, entrepreneurs, or artists. Their journey is marked by early mornings, long nights, failures, and setbacks. They endure physical, mental, or emotional strain, knowing that discomfort is temporary. But the growth that follows? That is permanent. For example, hitting the gym for the first time may feel awkward and exhausting. Your muscles ache, and your body resists the change. Yet, with time and consistency, those same muscles grow stronger, your endurance builds, and your confidence skyrockets. The discomfort fades, but the benefits endure. The Stoics emphasized this philosophy, viewing challenges as necessary for character development. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." The obstacles we encounter and the discomfort we feel are not barriers. They are stepping stones to something greater. When you embrace discomfort, you unlock a powerful truth. The more you stretch yourself, the more resilient and capable you become. Whether it's learning a new skill, pursuing a bold goal, or leaving behind toxic habits, the discomfort you endure today will shape the growth you enjoy tomorrow. Remember, discomfort is temporary, but growth lasts a lifetime. 3. Focus on value, not convenience. In a world that idolizes convenience, it's easy to forget that true success comes from delivering value, not taking shortcuts. Convenience might offer temporary satisfaction, but value creates long-term impact, fulfillment, and recognition. This is the core principle that separates the extraordinary from the mediocre. Success isn't about luck or waiting for opportunities to fall into your lap. It's about building skills, solving problems, and contributing meaningfully to others. Imagine two professionals in the same field. One spends time binge-watching TV shows, while the other reads books, takes courses, and seeks mentorship. Over time, the second individual becomes more valuable, earning greater opportunities and rewards, while the first remains stagnant. Focusing on value requires effort and intentionality. It means prioritizing what matters most over what feels easy. For instance, investing time in creating something meaningful, a business, an innovative project, or a personal passion, may be difficult, but it leaves a lasting legacy. In contrast, chasing convenience, such as scrolling endlessly through social media, leads nowhere. Value isn't just about what you achieve, it's about the impact you make. Whether it's through your work, relationships, or personal growth, the contributions you bring to the table define your worth. People will recognize and reward the value you provide. So, shift your mindset from seeking what's convenient to focusing on what's meaningful. Ask yourself, how can I serve others? What problems can I solve? How can I become indispensable in my field? When you prioritize value, you build a life of purpose and enduring success, far beyond the fleeting comfort of convenience. 4. Invest in growth over pleasure. Success thrives on growth, not fleeting pleasures. In a world filled with distractions, it's easy to prioritize short-term comfort over long-term development. But the hard truth is that every hour spent chasing mindless entertainment or temporary indulgence is an hour taken away from your growth and ultimately your success. Imagine someone who spends their evenings scrolling through social media or binge-watching shows. They may feel momentary satisfaction, but they remain stagnant. On the other hand, someone who dedicates that same time to reading, learning a skill, or working on a side project experiences continuous personal development. Over months and years, the difference between the two is monumental. Investing in growth doesn't mean giving up all enjoyment. It means being intentional about your time and energy. Instead of choosing fleeting pleasures like endless TV marathons, prioritize activities that build your skills, broaden your knowledge, or improve your health. These investments compound, paying dividends in the form of new opportunities, deeper confidence, and long-term success. It's important to remember that growth often requires discipline. It's not always fun to wake up early, hit the gym, or study for hours. But these small sacrifices lay the foundation for a fulfilling and impactful life. Pleasure fades quickly, but the benefits of growth are lasting. So ask yourself, how can you swap distractions for development? Replace an hour of scrolling with an hour of learning. Choose a workout over lounging on the couch. Invest in yourself today, and you'll reap the rewards for a lifetime. 5. Consistency beats intensity. When it comes to success, consistency is the ultimate superpower. While grand, intense efforts can be inspiring, they rarely create lasting change. Success is not achieved in bursts. It's built through small, steady actions repeated over time. Think of it like planting a garden. Watering your plants once a month with a flood will drown them, but a little water every day ensures they grow strong and healthy. Similarly, small, daily efforts, like reading 10 pages of a book, exercising for 30 minutes, or making a single phone call, compound into incredible results over time. One of the most powerful examples of this principle is the concept of compounding. Just like money grows exponentially through interest, consistent actions compound to produce results far greater than the sum of their parts. Improving by just 1% every day may seem insignificant, but over a year it makes you 37 times better than when you started. The challenge with consistency is that it's not glamorous. It requires showing up even when motivation is low, the results are invisible, or progress feels slow. But that's where the magic lies. The person who writes 500 words a day will finish a book, while the person who waits for inspiration may never start. So commit to showing up, no matter how small the effort seems. Remember, it's not about what you do occasionally. It's about what you do consistently. Over time, these small, disciplined actions will transform your life in ways you never imagined. 6. Sacrifice the good for the great. To achieve greatness, you must be willing to give up what's merely good. This may sound counterintuitive, but one of the biggest obstacles to success is settling for mediocrity when excellence is within reach. Greatness demands focus, effort, and the courage to say no to good opportunities to make room for extraordinary ones. Consider an athlete aiming for the Olympics. They don't settle for a casual training routine or competing in local events. They sacrifice social outings, comfort, and even other passions to focus entirely on their goal. Similarly, in life, you can't achieve great relationships, careers, or health by sticking to good-enough habits. The challenge lies in recognizing the trade-offs. Saying yes to a good opportunity, like a steady job that doesn't challenge you, often means saying no to your dream career. Holding on to comfortable but unproductive habits leaves no room for the ones that lead to greatness. It's about learning to prioritize and make tough decisions. Ask yourself, Are your current habits and commitments supporting your long-term goals, or are they just maintaining the status quo? Success often requires painful but necessary choices. You may need to let go of the good habits, routines, or opportunities that no longer serve you and embrace the great ones that align with your vision. Remember, good is the enemy of great. Sacrificing the good doesn't mean failure. It means clearing the path for something far better. Be bold, focus on your highest priorities, and pursue greatness with unwavering commitment. 7. Procrastination costs more than sacrifice. Procrastination is a silent thief. It doesn't just take away your time, it robs you of opportunities, growth, and the future you could have built. Delaying action may feel harmless in the moment, but over time it adds up to massive losses. Think about an idea you've had for years, maybe starting a business, learning a skill, or improving your health. How much progress could you have made if you'd started the day the idea struck you? Every day spent waiting for the perfect moment is a day lost forever. And here's the harsh truth: that perfect moment doesn't exist. Success rewards those who act, not those who wait. Procrastination also compounds negatively. Just as small, consistent actions can lead to massive success, delays and inaction can spiral into long-term regret. Consider someone who puts off saving for retirement. What starts as a small delay turns into years of missed opportunities for compounding interest, leaving them scrambling later in life. The Stoics taught that time is our most precious asset. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that we have only this moment. Nothing else is guaranteed. When you delay action, you're not just wasting today, you're risking tomorrow. Procrastination isn't just a habit, it's a mindset that prioritizes comfort over progress. To combat procrastination, embrace small, immediate actions. Don't wait for everything to align perfectly. Take one step forward, even if it's tiny. Whether it's sending an email, setting a deadline, or spending 15 minutes on a task, action creates momentum. Once you start, the fear and inertia of procrastination begin to fade. Remember, the cost of procrastination always exceeds the price of sacrifice. Choose discomfort today to build the life you want tomorrow. 8. Your network and knowledge define your future. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This often quoted wisdom reflects a timeless truth. Your network and knowledge shape your trajectory. If you want a better future, surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow and immerse yourself in learning. Think of your life 5 years from now. What will you be doing? What opportunities will you have? The answer depends largely on who you're learning from and who you're associating with today. Spending time with people who inspire and uplift you is like placing yourself in fertile soil. It fuels growth. Conversely, negative or complacent influences can hold you back, no matter how ambitious you are. Knowledge plays an equally critical role. The books you read, the skills you learn, and the information you seek out will determine your ability to solve problems and seize opportunities. A lack of learning leads to stagnation, while consistent self-education sets you apart in an ever-changing world. This principle is not abstract, it's mathematical. The habits, conversations, and ideas you expose yourself to daily compound over time. Surround yourself with dreamers, doers, and thinkers. Consume content that expands your perspective. Seek mentors and peers who push you to become better. The Stoics believed in surrounding themselves with like-minded individuals who pursued virtue and wisdom. Seneca emphasized the value of learning from great minds, even through their writings, saying, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." Be intentional about your network and knowledge. Audit your relationships and the information you consume. If they aren't adding value, it's time to make changes. Because the truth is, 5 years from now, you'll either thank yourself for your choices or regret them. 9. Time is your most valuable resource. Time is the only resource you can never get back. Money lost can be earned again. Opportunities missed can sometimes be replaced. But time wasted is gone forever. This is why successful people treat time as their most precious asset. Think about how many hours you spend on activities that don't align with your goals. Scrolling through social media, binge-watching TV, or endlessly procrastinating. These moments may feel insignificant, but they add up to days, weeks, and even years over a lifetime. Time is a currency, and where you spend it determines what you get in return. Successful people prioritize their time by focusing on high-value activities, those that move them closer to their goals. Instead of aimless busyness, they practice intentionality. They know that saying yes to one thing often means saying no to another, so they're deliberate about their commitments. The Stoics were masters of valuing time. Seneca famously said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." He urged people to live fully in the present moment, using their time wisely and purposefully. To make the most of your time, start by identifying what truly matters to you. What are your goals, priorities, and values? Once you have clarity, structure your days around these. Use tools like time blocking, set clear boundaries, and eliminate distractions. Treat each hour as an opportunity to grow, create, or connect. Remember, time is finite. The choices you make today will determine the life you live tomorrow. Spend it wisely, because once it's gone, there's no getting it back. 10. Success is predictable, not accidental. Success is not a mystery. It's the outcome of consistent actions based on universal principles. Just as mathematical laws like gravity and addition are unchanging, so are the principles that lead to success. Value, consistency, and discipline are the bedrock of achievement, and anyone who applies them can predict their trajectory. Consider this. In life, every decision either moves you closer to or further from your goals. There's no neutrality. Whether it's investing in personal growth, honing your skills, or building meaningful relationships, the compounding effect of small actions is what creates success over time. This predictability is liberating. It means you don't have to rely on luck or wait for the perfect opportunity. Instead, you can actively shape your future by following proven strategies. Think of successful individuals in any field. They didn't stumble upon greatness by chance. They cultivated habits, practiced discipline, and created value, day in and day out. The Stoics believed in the power of consistent effort and intentional action. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Success isn't about external circumstances. It's about aligning your actions with principles that work universally. To make success predictable, focus on what you can control: your habits, your attitude, and the value you create. Develop a roadmap based on clear goals and take deliberate steps every day. Even when progress feels slow, trust the process. Just as seeds take time to grow into a bountiful harvest, your consistent efforts will yield results. Success isn't accidental. It's a choice. Embrace the certainty of this truth and let it guide your actions. 11. Sacrifice builds momentum. Sacrifice is the unsung hero of momentum. Each small decision to delay gratification, to choose discipline over comfort, adds fuel to your journey. With every sacrifice, you strengthen your commitment, making the next step feel not only possible, but inevitable. Think of a snowball rolling down a hill. At first it's small and takes effort to push, but as it gathers momentum, it grows larger and moves faster with each turn. Sacrifices work the same way. When you wake up an hour earlier, skip an unnecessary expense, or prioritize self-improvement over leisure, you're building a foundation that compounds over time. Momentum is powerful because it feeds itself. Each sacrifice you make reinforces your sense of purpose and belief in your ability to persevere. It becomes easier to say no to distractions and yes to the actions that align with your goals. The key is to start small. Skip one indulgence today, and it sets the tone for greater sacrifices tomorrow. The Stoics deeply understood the importance of sacrifice. They believed in focusing on what truly matters, letting go of unnecessary comforts to pursue a life of virtue and meaning. Epictetus taught that true freedom comes from self-discipline and the ability to prioritize long-term fulfillment over fleeting pleasures. Momentum isn't built in a day, but once it starts, it's hard to stop. Every sacrifice adds weight to your efforts, making progress feel unstoppable. So, ask yourself, what small sacrifice can you make today that will propel you forward tomorrow? Take that step and watch the power of momentum transform your journey. 12. Your mindset is the foundation of success. Your mindset shapes everything: your actions, your reactions, and your results. Shifting from a consumer mindset to a producer mindset is the key to unlocking your potential. Instead of asking, "What can I get?" ask, "What can I create?" This shift transforms how you approach challenges, opportunities, and responsibilities. A consumer mindset focuses on instant gratification and external rewards. It seeks comfort and avoids discomfort. In contrast, a producer mindset thrives on contribution and growth. It sees problems as opportunities to innovate, setbacks as lessons, and effort as an investment in the future. This transformation is not easy, but it's essential. Imagine two individuals facing the same challenge. The consumer might complain, procrastinate, or look for shortcuts. The producer, however, sees the challenge as a chance to grow, acting decisively and finding solutions. Over time, this mindset creates a massive gap in their results. The Stoics championed the producer mindset. They emphasize taking responsibility for one's life and focusing on what can be controlled. As Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." A producer doesn't wait for luck. They create it through disciplined effort and intentional action. To adopt the producer mindset, start with small shifts. Replace passive consumption, scrolling social media, or binge-watching TV, with active creation. Write, learn, build, or practice something every day. Seek to add value, whether it's improving your skills, contributing to your work, or helping others. Your mindset is your foundation. Build it strong, and you'll weather any storm and rise to any challenge. Success is not about what happens to you. It's about how you respond. And with the producer mindset, every response brings you closer to greatness. 13. Responsibility equals power. Taking full responsibility for your life is the ultimate form of empowerment. When you stop blaming circumstances, people, or luck for your situation, you reclaim the ability to change it. Responsibility is not about guilt or self-blame. It's about recognizing that your actions and decisions shape your future. Think of it this way. When you blame external factors, you hand over your power. If you believe your struggles are because of the economy, your upbringing, or someone else's actions, you've effectively decided there's nothing you can do to improve your situation. But the moment you take ownership, you open the door to possibilities. You shift from being a passive observer of your life to an active creator. The Stoics were masters of this mindset. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." They understood that while we cannot control everything that happens, we can control how we respond. And in that response lies our power. Taking responsibility means owning your successes and failures alike. It means acknowledging where you've fallen short, learning from those experiences, and taking action to grow. It's not easy, but it's liberating. When you realize that you are the common denominator in your life, you gain the confidence to shape it as you see fit. Start small. Identify one area of your life where you've been blaming external factors. What can you do today to take ownership? Remember, responsibility is not a burden, it's a superpower. The more you embrace it, the more control you'll have over your destiny. 14. Comfort zones. Kill. Potential. Your comfort zone is where dreams go to die. It's warm, safe and predictable, but nothing grows there. If you want to unlock your full potential, you must step into discomfort and embrace the unknown. Growth happens at the edge of your abilities, where challenges force you to adapt, learn, and evolve. Think about any significant accomplishment in your life. Chances are it required effort, courage, and stepping into the unfamiliar. Whether it was learning a new skill, starting a new job, or overcoming a fear, progress demanded that you leave your comfort zone behind. The Stoics understood the importance of discomfort. Epictetus taught that adversity builds strength and character, much like a blade is sharpened through friction. He said, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." Breaking free from your comfort zone doesn't mean diving into extreme situations. It means taking small, deliberate steps toward growth. Start by doing one thing every day that makes you slightly uncomfortable, whether it's speaking up in a meeting, trying a new workout, or learning a skill you've been avoiding. Over time, you'll expand your comfort zone, making the unfamiliar feel routine. The willingness to embrace discomfort separates those who achieve their dreams from those who settle. Each step into the unknown is a step toward unlocking your potential. Don't let fear of the unfamiliar hold you back. Growth begins where comfort ends. 15. Discipline is a daily decision. Discipline isn't a one-time act. It's a daily choice. The small habits you build every day, reading for 10 minutes, exercising, or working on your goals, compound into massive results over time. Success isn't about grand gestures, it's about consistency. Discipline is what bridges the gap between your goals and reality. It's what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. While motivation is fleeting and emotional, discipline is steady and reliable. It's the ability to prioritize what matters over what's easy. The Stoics valued discipline as a core virtue. Seneca wrote, "No man is free who is not a master of himself." They saw discipline as essential for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. Without it, you're at the mercy of distractions, impulses, and external pressures. Building discipline starts with small commitments. Choose one habit you want to develop and stick to it daily, no matter what. It could be writing for 15 minutes, waking up at the same time, or saving a specific amount of money. These seemingly small actions signal to your mind that you're serious about your goals. The beauty of discipline is that it compounds. Each disciplined action reinforces the next, creating momentum. Over time, what once felt like a struggle becomes second nature. Discipline turns aspirations into achievements. Remember, every day presents a choice: to act in alignment with your goals or to let them slip away. Choose discipline and watch how it shapes the trajectory of your future. 16. Short-term sacrifices. Create long-term freedom. Freedom doesn't come without a price. Living below your means, saving diligently and investing your resources wisely today are the sacrifices that lead to abundance and independence tomorrow. It's about delaying gratification now for a better future later. Consider this: every dollar you choose not to spend on fleeting pleasures today has the potential to grow exponentially when saved or invested. Every hour you dedicate to learning, improving, or creating instead of scrolling aimlessly sets the foundation for a future where you control your time and choices. This is the essence of building long-term freedom. The Stoics often emphasized the virtue of prudence, living today in a way that safeguards tomorrow. They believed in practicing self-control and focusing on what truly matters, rather than being consumed by momentary desires. Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Sacrificing comfort or luxury in the short term doesn't mean deprivation. It means prioritizing what matters most. Skip the unnecessary expenses. Invest in skills that elevate your value and allocate your time toward actions that create lasting impact. These are the seeds you plant today that grow into the freedom to live on your terms tomorrow. 17. The compound effect of choices. Every decision you make has a ripple effect, compounding over time to create either massive rewards or significant regrets. Small, consistent choices, whether good or bad, add up to shape your life in ways you may not realize until it's too late. Imagine saving $10 a day versus spending it on coffee. At first, it doesn't seem like much, but over a year, that's $3,650 saved or wasted. Similarly, reading 10 pages of a book daily might feel insignificant, but in a year, you have completed multiple books. On the flip side, skipping workouts or procrastinating on projects might seem harmless in the moment, but these habits compound into lost opportunities and declining progress. The Stoics recognized the power of daily habits and small steps. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. What you consistently think, do, and focus on becomes your reality over time." The key to leveraging the compound effect is intentionality. Make deliberate choices that align with your long-term vision, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Remember, greatness isn't built overnight. It's built in the tiny, consistent actions you take every single day. 18. Failure to act is the true failure. The cost of inaction is far greater than the cost of trying and failing. Procrastination, hesitation, and fear of failure rob you of opportunities for growth, learning, and success. Action, even imperfect action, always moves you closer to your goals. The Stoics viewed failure not as something to be feared, but as a natural and necessary part of growth. Seneca wisely said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Fear of failure often paralyzes people, but the real failure lies in refusing to act at all. Think of every time you hesitated to start something important, a project, a workout routine, or a career move. The longer you waited, the harder it became to begin, and the opportunity often passed by. On the other hand, even when you failed, you've likely gained experience, resilience, and insight that prepared you for the next attempt. Action breaks the cycle of fear and hesitation. It shifts your mindset from "what if I fail" to "what can I learn?" Start small, but start now. Even if the path isn't clear, taking one step forward creates momentum and opens doors to opportunities you couldn't have anticipated. Waiting for the perfect moment is an illusion. Progress comes to those who act. 19. Plan your life, not just your vacations. It's fascinating how many people spend hours meticulously planning their vacations, yet fail to dedicate even a fraction of that time to planning their future. They research hotels, compare flights, and create detailed itineraries. But when it comes to their life goals, they leave things to chance. Planning your life is not about micromanaging every detail. It's about having a clear vision and actionable steps toward what you want to achieve. The Stoics were strong advocates of intentional living. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Planning helps you focus on what you can control: your actions, your time, and your direction. Start with the big picture. What kind of life do you want to lead? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Break it down into smaller, manageable goals: financial milestones, health priorities, relationship objectives, and personal growth targets. Then, treat these plans with the same level of detail you would a vacation itinerary. The effort you put into planning your future determines the quality of your life. Without a plan, you drift, reacting to circumstances rather than creating opportunities. With a plan, you take control, charting a course toward a life of purpose and fulfillment. Remember, life doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. 20. Success is built on foundational disciplines. Success isn't a matter of luck or talent. It's the result of mastering foundational disciplines. These fundamentals, such as time management, personal development, and consistent effort, are the building blocks of any lasting achievement. Consider time management. How you allocate your hours determines the trajectory of your life. Are you investing your time in learning, building relationships, and working toward your goals? Or are you letting it slip away on distractions and trivialities? The Stoics valued discipline deeply. Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen." Personal development is another cornerstone. Reading books, taking courses, and seeking mentors expand your skills and perspectives. This ongoing growth makes you more valuable to others and more capable of achieving your goals. Finally, consistent effort turns ambition into reality. It's not what you do occasionally that counts. It's what you do every day. Whether it's exercising, saving money, or refining your craft, consistent effort compounds over time into extraordinary results. Master these disciplines, and you'll create a solid foundation upon which success becomes inevitable. Without them, any achievement is fleeting, like a house built on sand. Focus on the fundamentals, and you'll build a life that stands strong through any storm. Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a cycle, waiting for the perfect moment to make a change? You're not alone. Many people believe success is tied to external factors like luck, timing, or resources. But here's the truth. The perfect moment doesn't exist, and waiting for it only delays your progress. The most powerful transformation happens when you decide that now is the time to act. Today, we're diving into a simple yet life-changing principle. Starting from zero isn't a limitation, it's your greatest advantage. When you embrace where you are and take ownership of your journey, you'll uncover a strength you didn't know you had. Let me show you how this works with a story that might just hit home. Imagine this. It's late at night, and you're staring at your bank account. The number is so low, it feels like a slap in the face. Zero. You can barely afford rent, your fridge is empty, and every choice feels like a dead end. You grab your phone, scrolling through social media, and see people flaunting vacations, success, and luxuries you can't even imagine having. It's suffocating. You think to yourself, why can't I get ahead? Why does it feel like I'm starting from scratch every time? This was the exact position I found myself in years ago. My situation? Living in a tiny, run-down apartment with no steady income. My friends thought I'd lost my mind when I quit a safe, comfortable job to chase a dream I didn't fully understand. I remember sitting on a worn-out couch one night, eating instant noodles, feeling like a failure. It seemed like life had hit the reset button on me without my consent. But then something clicked. I realized that having nothing meant I had nothing to lose. No safety net, no distractions, no clutter, just me and my determination to move forward. From that moment, zero didn't feel like rock bottom anymore. It felt like the most powerful starting point I could ever ask for. That night, I grabbed a notebook and scribbled down one idea. What can I do with what I have right now? I didn't wait for permission, resources, or a sign from the universe. I simply began. It wasn't perfect or glamorous, but every small action built momentum. Over time, I discovered that starting from zero wasn't my punishment. It was my secret weapon. This isn't just my story. It's the story of every person who's ever dared to start when the odds were stacked against them. And today, it could be your story too. Let's dive into why starting from zero is the most powerful place to begin, and how you can use it to transform your mindset and your life. 1. Starting from zero is your advantage. The Stoics believed that adversity is not an obstacle, but a tool to refine our character. Starting from zero embodies this principle. When you have nothing to lose, you're forced to focus on what truly matters: clarity of purpose, creativity in problem-solving, and resilience in the face of challenges. From the Stoic perspective, zero is not a limitation, but the ultimate foundation for growth. Imagine standing at the bottom of a mountain. To some, it might look like an overwhelming challenge, but to the Stoic, the climb is an opportunity. Starting from zero eliminates distractions. You're not weighed down by maintaining appearances or clinging to possessions. Instead, your energy is directed toward progress, one small step at a time. Each achievement, no matter how minor, feels monumental because it's earned through effort and persistence. Starting with nothing also sharpens your creativity. With limited resources, you're compelled to think critically and innovate. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that obstacles exist to be overcome. When faced with nothing but your mind, time and hands, you begin to realize that these are the greatest tools you possess. They are the fertile ground from which all growth springs. Resilience, one of the Stoics' most revered traits, is forged in moments of hardship. Starting from zero teaches you to endure, adapt, and persevere. As Seneca wisely noted, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. The struggle builds your inner fortitude, preparing you for future challenges. History is full of examples of those who turned zero into greatness. They were not burdened by the illusion of having too much to lose. They were freed by the potential of everything to gain. The next time you find yourself starting from scratch, embrace it. It's not your downfall, it's your foundation. Remember, zero is not the absence of opportunity, it's the presence of infinite possibilities. 2. Waiting for the perfect moment is a trap. The Stoics understood that waiting for the perfect moment is an illusion that paralyzes action. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This stark reminder of life's brevity underlines the importance of acting in the present, not waiting for some mythical, ideal moment. Perfection is a mirage, a creation of the mind that convinces us to delay action. But life is inherently uncertain, and conditions will never align flawlessly. The Stoic approach is to focus on what is within your control, your actions, decisions, and mindset, and let go of the rest. Action in the present, even if imperfect, outweighs the paralysis of waiting for everything to be just right. Consider the man who waits to start his journey until all the lights are green. He remains stationary, watching as others navigate the road ahead, one turn at a time. The Stoics would argue that the fear of failure or discomfort, not external circumstances, keeps him idle. By acting now, even amid uncertainty, you create momentum, and momentum generates opportunities. Waiting is costly. Every moment spent hesitating is a moment lost to inaction. Epictetus taught that progress is made through consistent effort, not idle dreams. He would ask, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself?" The answer should always be, "Not another moment." The truth is, you don't need the perfect conditions to begin. You need courage, focus, and the willingness to take the first step. When you act in the present, you assert control over your destiny rather than leaving it to chance. Trust the Stoic principle that action, not procrastination, leads to growth. Embrace the imperfect moment, for it is all you truly have. 3. Desperation fuels innovation. Desperation, though often seen as a sign of failure, is a catalyst for profound transformation. The Stoics believed that adversity sharpens the mind and reveals strengths you didn't know you possessed. When you find yourself in desperate circumstances, you are forced to think differently, to innovate, and to find solutions where others see only obstacles. Desperation strips away the unnecessary and focuses your mind on survival and progress. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Desperation, in its raw intensity, forces you to look at problems from angles you might have ignored in comfort. Without the luxury of resources or the safety net of convenience, your creativity flourishes. You start leveraging tools you never thought of, like resourcefulness, persistence, and ingenuity. Think of history's greatest innovators. Many of them found their breakthroughs in moments of crisis. The Wright brothers, working with limited funds, revolutionized transportation. Their desperation to succeed pushed them to experiment relentlessly. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They worked with what they had, and their innovation changed the world. The same principle applies to your own life. When faced with financial struggles, emotional turmoil, or career setbacks, desperation can become the spark that ignites your most creative ideas. Instead of being paralyzed by the pressure, embrace it. Use it as fuel to dig deep, solve problems, and push beyond your perceived limits. Remember, desperation is not a weakness. It's a teacher. It forces you to confront your fears, find solutions, and grow stronger. By viewing it through a Stoic lens, you see desperation not as a barrier, but as an opportunity for innovation. Let your desperation guide you, not define you. 4. Solitude builds strength. The Stoics often sought solitude not as a retreat from life, but as a means to build inner strength. Being alone is not a punishment. It's an opportunity to connect with your inner self, reflect deeply, and cultivate independence. Seneca wrote, "The mind that is anxious about future events is distracted. Withdraw into yourself." Solitude offers a rare chance to hear your own voice, free from the noise of the world. In solitude, you develop clarity. Without external opinions or distractions, you can evaluate your values, decisions, and goals with honesty. This quiet self-reflection strengthens your ability to lead your life with purpose, rather than reacting to the chaos around you. Solitude also builds resilience. Imagine a tree growing alone on a wind-swept hill. Exposed to the elements, it must grow deeper roots to survive. Similarly, when you learn to rely on yourself, you cultivate a strength that external validation cannot provide. This inner fortitude makes you less susceptible to the opinions or judgments of others, a hallmark of Stoic thought. Independence born of solitude is a powerful asset. It allows you to act decisively, guided by your principles rather than external pressures. It also fosters self-trust. When you spend time alone, making decisions and solving problems without outside influence, you begin to trust your judgment and instincts. Rather than fearing solitude, embrace it. Use the time to reflect, strategize, and grow. Like Marcus Aurelius meditating on his principles in the quiet of the night, solitude can become a sanctuary where you strengthen your resolve and chart your path forward. Alone, you are not isolated, you are empowered. 5. Small steps create big changes. The Stoics understood that greatness is not achieved overnight, but through consistent effort. Epictetus famously said, "No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer you that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen." This principle reminds us that small, deliberate actions taken consistently can lead to profound transformations over time. Consider the power of compounding. A single drop of water seems insignificant, but over time it can carve through rock. Similarly, small daily habits, whether it's reading 10 pages, exercising for 15 minutes, or setting aside time for reflection, add up to life-changing results. The challenge is not in the magnitude of the actions, but in the discipline to sustain them. Take the example of a writer. Writing a few hundred words every day may seem trivial, but over the course of a year, those words become a book. The same applies to personal growth. Improving by just 1% daily leads to exponential improvement over a year. Small steps accumulate into significant change, a concept often overlooked in a world obsessed with immediate gratification. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the process, not the outcome. Instead of worrying about the mountain ahead, focus on taking one step at a time. Each small step builds momentum, reinforcing your confidence and resilience. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is not good for the swarm is not good for the bee." Small contributions matter not just for personal growth, but for the larger good. The key is consistency. It's not about grand gestures, but daily disciplines. Embrace the small steps and trust that over time they will create big changes. 6. You are your greatest asset. The Stoics emphasize the value of self-mastery, and one of their core teachings is recognizing yourself as your most valuable resource. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Your time, energy, creativity, relationships, knowledge, and integrity are your most powerful assets. How you invest in these determines the quality of your life. Time is your most finite resource. Once spent, it can never be recovered. Yet, many people squander it on trivial pursuits or distractions. A Stoic approach demands mindfulness in how you use your time, prioritizing activities that align with your values and long-term goals. Energy, both physical and mental, is another critical asset. Without maintaining your health and mental clarity, your ability to pursue success diminishes. Marcus Aurelius encouraged cultivating strength of body and mind to be prepared for life's challenges. Creativity and knowledge are tools that grow the more you use them. Learning, problem-solving, and innovation stem from nurturing your mind. Just as muscles grow stronger with use, so does your ability to think critically and adapt to new situations. Relationships are the foundation of a fulfilling life. Surrounding yourself with supportive, like-minded individuals enriches your journey. The Stoics remind us to cultivate relationships with those who inspire and challenge us to be better. Finally, integrity is your unshakable foundation. Trust, once lost, is difficult to regain. By living according to your principles, you not only build a reputation of reliability, but also a sense of inner peace. You are your greatest asset, and investing in yourself is the most rewarding decision you can make. When you prioritize your growth and protect your resources, you equip yourself to face any challenge life presents. 7. Value creation drives wealth. The Stoics teach that true success comes from serving others and living a life of purpose. This principle is especially relevant when it comes to wealth. Success is not merely about accumulating money, but about creating value that enriches the lives of others. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What we do now echoes in eternity." The impact you make, the value you create, and the problems you solve ripple far beyond yourself. Wealth, in its most sustainable form, is a byproduct of the value you provide to others. Solving meaningful problems, whether through a service, a product, or an idea, creates opportunities and builds a foundation for lasting success. Money flows towards solutions, not desires. When you focus on what others need and how you can address those needs, wealth becomes a natural result of your efforts. Consider a simple example. An entrepreneur who identifies a gap in the market and creates a product to fill it. Their success doesn't come from the act of wanting wealth, but from providing something useful to society. This mindset aligns with Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes aligning your actions with the greater good. By dedicating yourself to service and innovation, you fulfill a higher purpose while also achieving personal success. Creating value also builds trust and relationships. People are drawn to those who consistently deliver solutions and improve their lives. These connections become assets that expand opportunities and amplify your influence. Stoicism reminds us to act with intention and purpose, not for selfish gain, but for meaningful contribution. Wealth then becomes not an end, but a result, a measure of how much value you've created in the world. Focus on solving problems, serving others, and growing your skills. Wealth will follow naturally. 8. Procrastination is the enemy of progress. Stoicism values action over idle thought. As Seneca cautioned, while we waste our time hesitating and postponing, life is slipping away. Procrastination is a silent thief of time and potential. It convinces you to wait for the perfect moment, a moment that often never arrives, while robbing you of opportunities to move forward. Perfectionism often fuels procrastination. The fear of starting imperfectly paralyzes progress. But the Stoics remind us that excellence is a product of consistent effort, not initial perfection. Progress, however imperfect, is infinitely more valuable than inaction. Each step, no matter how small, builds momentum and moves you closer to your goals. Take the example of someone who dreams of writing a book, but hesitates, waiting for inspiration or the right time. Days, months, or even years pass without a single word written. In contrast, another person writes just a few sentences daily, knowing they'll refine and improve later. Over time, the latter produces a completed manuscript, while the dream of the former remains unrealized. Procrastination is often rooted in fear of failure, judgment, or uncertainty. Stoicism offers a remedy by focusing on what is within your control, the effort you put into the present moment. As Epictetus advises, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Action dispels fear and builds confidence. By taking even the smallest steps, you send a message to yourself that you are capable and committed. Waiting, on the other hand, breeds doubt and erodes self-trust. To overcome procrastination, start before you feel ready. Focus on what can be done now, no matter how small or imperfect. Remember, time is a finite resource, and every moment spent waiting is a moment lost forever. Progress imperfectly, but progress nonetheless. 9. Action generates energy. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of action in overcoming inertia. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Often we feel stuck, tired, or unmotivated, believing we must wait for energy to arrive before acting. But in reality, energy is not a precursor to action. It is a result of it. When you take action, even small steps, you create momentum that builds on itself. Think about the last time you pushed through fatigue to tackle a task. Once you started, you likely found yourself more focused and energized. This isn't just psychological, it's biological. Movement and engagement trigger the release of chemicals like dopamine and adrenaline, which boost motivation and mental clarity. Consider the athlete who feels too exhausted to train, but laces up their shoes anyway. Within minutes of beginning, their body responds, providing the energy needed to push forward. This principle applies to any challenge, whether it's starting a new project, resolving a conflict, or making a life change. The key is to overcome the initial resistance and take the first step. Stoicism encourages us to act despite discomfort or hesitation. By embracing action, you not only achieve tangible progress, but also cultivate inner resilience. Each action sends a message to your mind. I am capable. I can handle this. Over time, this builds confidence and reduces the power of self-doubt. The energy you seek is not waiting somewhere outside you. It's unlocked through your efforts. Instead of waiting for motivation to strike, start small. Take one step, no matter how minor. Once you're in motion, momentum will carry you forward, and energy will follow. 10. Responsibility equals freedom. For the Stoics, freedom comes not from external circumstances but from within. Taking full responsibility for your life and choices is the ultimate path to liberation. As Epictetus wrote, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you own your decisions, you reclaim the power to shape your future. Responsibility means recognizing that you are the architect of your own life. It's tempting to blame external factors, other people, circumstances, or bad luck for your challenges. However, doing so surrenders control. Blame keeps you stuck. Responsibility sets you free. Taking ownership doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong. It means acknowledging your ability to influence outcomes through your actions and mindset. For example, if a project at work fails, instead of focusing on others' shortcomings, ask yourself what you could have done differently. This shift in perspective empowers you to learn, adapt, and improve. Responsibility also brings clarity. When you stop outsourcing your power to external factors, you can focus on what truly matters: your choices, effort, and attitude. This aligns with the Stoic belief in controlling what is within your power and accepting what is not. Freedom arises from this mindset. When you take responsibility, you no longer wait for others to change your circumstances. You become proactive, finding solutions and taking steps toward your goals. This sense of agency reduces anxiety and fosters self-trust. The Stoics teach that life's greatest challenges are opportunities for growth. By taking responsibility, you transform setbacks into stepping stones and obstacles into opportunities. Remember, freedom isn't the absence of responsibility, it's the mastery of it. When you own your life, you own your future. 11. Discomfort is the path to growth. The Stoics believed that true growth comes from enduring and overcoming discomfort. As Seneca wisely said, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Discomfort is not an obstacle to avoid. It's the crucible where transformation occurs. When you step outside your comfort zone, you open the door to new experiences, skills, and strengths that would otherwise remain untapped. Consider how muscles grow. In the gym, it's not the light, easy reps that lead to strength, but the moments of strain, the push beyond your limits, that spark growth. Life operates the same way. Facing challenges, whether it's a difficult conversation, a career change, or learning a new skill, stretches your capacity and builds resilience. The discomfort you feel isn't a sign of failure. It's evidence that you're evolving. Stoicism teaches us to embrace discomfort as a necessary step toward becoming our best selves. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "What stands in the way becomes the way." That obstacle in your path is not a reason to turn back. It's your guide forward. The moments of unease, fear, or uncertainty are signals that you're moving toward meaningful progress. Avoiding discomfort may feel safe in the short term, but it leads to stagnation. Staying within the confines of what's familiar limits your potential. On the other hand, embracing discomfort transforms you. You develop new strengths, uncover hidden talents, and expand your worldview. The temporary pain of discomfort pales in comparison to the lasting rewards of growth. Next time you feel the pull to retreat into comfort, ask yourself, what would I miss by staying in this safe space? Challenge yourself to step forward, even when it's hard. Discomfort isn't the enemy, it's the path to becoming who you're meant to be. 12. Legacy is built in the present. Legacy is often thought of as something you leave behind, but the Stoics viewed it differently. Your legacy isn't a distant outcome. It's a living reality shaped by your actions today. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Each decision you make, each word you speak, and each action you take adds to the foundation of your legacy. It's not built in grand, sweeping gestures, but in the small, consistent choices you make every day. How you treat others, how you approach challenges, and how you pursue your goals all contribute to the story of your life. Waiting to build your legacy in the future is a mistake. The future is uncertain, but the present is in your hands. Every moment offers an opportunity to live with purpose, integrity, and excellence. When you focus on living your values now, you're not just preparing a legacy for others to remember. You're living a legacy that inspires and uplifts those around you in real time. The Stoics remind us that our time is finite, and procrastination is the thief of opportunity. As Seneca said, "Life is long if you know how to use it." By making the most of the present, you ensure that your legacy is one of action, not regret. Think of legacy as the ripple effect of your life. Each choice creates waves that touch others, influence their decisions, and shape the world around you. Whether it's a kind word, a bold pursuit of your dreams, or unwavering perseverance, your actions leave an imprint. Don't wait to start building your legacy. Recognize that it's already in progress, and every moment is an opportunity to add to it. Live intentionally, take responsibility for your choices, and align your actions with the values you want to be remembered for. Your legacy is not what you leave, it's what you live. Imagine waking up every morning with the unshakable belief that you're the best at what you do, not in an arrogant or boastful way, but with a quiet confidence that radiates from within. This isn't just about ego, it's about unlocking your true potential and stepping into a mindset of greatness. The truth is, success doesn't favor the talented alone. It belongs to those who dare to see themselves as extraordinary, even before the world catches on. It's about adopting a mentality that says, "I can do this," and then taking action every single day to prove it to yourself. This is where most people falter. They wait for the world to validate them. They hesitate, overwhelmed by self-doubt and fear of failure. But the truly great know a secret. You don't wait to feel ready. You act as if you're ready. You don't wait to be the best. You behave as if you are the best, and the rest will follow. Today, I'll share with you why this mindset is transformative and how it can change the trajectory of your life. But first, let me take you on a journey through a story that captures the essence of acting like the best, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Years ago, in a bustling corporate building, there was a young man named Miguel. He worked as a custodian, mopping floors and emptying trash cans. To the outside world, Miguel's job seemed insignificant, a cog in a much larger machine. But Miguel didn't see it that way. To him, he wasn't just a custodian. He was the CEO of cleanliness. Miguel took immense pride in his work. Each floor he mopped gleamed like polished glass, and each trash bin he emptied was spotless. While others in his position rushed through their tasks, Miguel saw every detail as a reflection of his personal standards. When people passed him in the hallways, Miguel greeted them with confidence, standing tall and looking them in the eye. His work ethic and attitude caught the attention of the actual CEO, who one day struck up a conversation with him. The CEO was curious. "Miguel, you treat this building as if it's your own company. Why?" Miguel smiled and replied, "Because one day I will have my own company. I'm practicing now for the future I know is coming." The CEO was so impressed by Miguel's outlook that he offered him an opportunity to join the company's training program. Over the next few years, Miguel worked tirelessly, climbing the ranks. His dedication and mindset paved the way for him to eventually launch his own cleaning business. Today, Miguel's company serves dozens of corporate clients, and he's living the dream he always envisioned. What made Miguel different? It wasn't his background, his education, or his connections. It was his belief in himself. Miguel acted like the best, long before anyone else recognized him as such. And in doing so, he transformed not only his career, but also his entire life. This story illustrates a powerful truth. Greatness begins with how you see yourself. Whether you're at the start of your journey or nearing the peak, your mindset determines your trajectory. In the next section, we'll break down practical lessons from this story that will help you act as if you're the best in every area of your life. 1. Act as if you're the best. Confidence doesn't come from the outside. It begins within. In Stoic philosophy, the belief in one's ability to persevere and thrive is key to achieving greatness. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Acting as if you're the best at what you do starts with believing in your potential and aligning your actions with that belief. When you carry yourself with confidence, you project competence and capability, even if you're still on the path to mastery. This isn't about arrogance. It's about acknowledging your value and working to elevate yourself to meet the highest standards. As a Stoic, you recognize that external validation is fleeting. True validation comes from within, when you take consistent action toward your goals, regardless of the opinions of others. Acting as if you're the best isn't about pretending to know everything. It's about showing up with the mindset that you are capable of learning, improving, and excelling. The Stoics emphasize self-discipline and continuous growth. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." By behaving as if you're already successful, you train your mind to see possibilities rather than obstacles. Your belief in yourself also inspires others. Confidence is magnetic, encouraging people to trust in your vision and abilities. When you act with conviction, you set the tone for how others perceive and respond to you. Opportunities are drawn to those who exude confidence because they appear ready to handle challenges and deliver results. Acting as if you're the best is about aligning your actions with the version of yourself you aspire to be. Every day is a chance to practice being the best in small ways, through effort, learning, and showing up fully. Over time, this mindset becomes reality, propelling you toward genuine greatness. 2. Your standards define you. Excellence isn't an accident, it's a habit cultivated through deliberate choices and consistent effort. The Stoics teach that the quality of your life is determined by the standards you set for yourself. Seneca advised, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that things are difficult." Setting high standards is daring to demand more of yourself and your efforts, no matter how minor the task. Your standards influence every aspect of your life, from how you work to how you treat others. Even seemingly small actions reflect your commitment to excellence. Stoicism teaches that attention to detail and discipline are pathways to mastery. For example, cleaning a space thoroughly or finishing a task with care might seem trivial, but these acts reinforce a mindset of diligence that extends to larger, more meaningful endeavors. High standards are a reflection of self-respect. When you hold yourself accountable to a higher level of performance, you signal that you value your time, efforts, and goals. This isn't about perfectionism. It's about striving for improvement and refusing to settle for mediocrity. As Aristotle famously said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Living by high standards doesn't mean life will be easy. It requires resilience and discipline, especially when others take shortcuts or settle for less. But Stoic philosophy reminds us that the rewards of living virtuously far outweigh the difficulties. Setting high standards ensures that you stay true to your values, even when faced with external pressure to compromise. By committing to excellence, you also inspire others to elevate their own standards. Whether it's in the workplace, at home, or in your community, your example has a ripple effect. People are drawn to those who embody integrity and strive for greatness in all they do. Ultimately, your standards define not just the quality of your work, but also the legacy you leave behind. 3. Failure is a stepping stone to greatness. Stoicism teaches us that failure is not the opposite of success, but an essential part of the journey toward greatness. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Every setback we face offers an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. Failure, when viewed through the lens of Stoicism, is not an endpoint, but a vital step forward. Consider how the most successful individuals approach failure. They don't fear it, they embrace it as a teacher. Each mistake or challenge they face provides invaluable feedback. Failure forces us to examine our actions, identify areas for improvement, and refine our strategies. Instead of lamenting a missed goal, a Stoic asks, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger?" Failure also builds resilience, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus taught, "Difficulties show what men are. It's through failures that we uncover our true strength and character. Without setbacks, we wouldn't develop the grit or perseverance needed to navigate life's challenges." Every failure, no matter how painful, is a chance to become more unshakable and prepared for future trials. Moreover, failure challenges us to detach from the fear of judgment. Many people hesitate to take risks because they worry about what others will think. But the Stoics remind us that external opinions are beyond our control. What we can control is how we respond to setbacks. By seeing failure as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block, we free ourselves to take bold, calculated risks, essential for growth and progress. Ultimately, failure is not the end of the road. It's a guidepost. Each time you fail, you're closer to success than you were before. It's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you rise. When you adopt a Stoic mindset, failure becomes not something to fear, but something to embrace, a necessary part of achieving greatness. 4. Confidence attracts opportunity. Confidence is more than a feeling, it's an action. When you carry yourself with self-assurance, even in the face of uncertainty, you project competence and reliability. This confidence, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, draws people and opportunities to you like a magnet. Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Confidence is the bridge that connects preparation to seizing those opportunities. Acting with confidence doesn't mean pretending to know everything or being immune to fear. Instead, it's about trusting in your ability to handle challenges and adapt to circumstances. The Stoics emphasize the importance of focusing on what you can control, such as your attitude and effort. By maintaining a calm, confident demeanor, you signal to others that you're capable of handling responsibility and solving problems. Opportunities often come to those who exude confidence because people naturally gravitate toward individuals who appear self-assured. When you speak with conviction, act decisively, and maintain steady composure, you inspire trust. Others are more likely to invest in your ideas, collaborate with you, or offer guidance. Confidence creates a ripple effect, opening doors that might otherwise remain closed. Importantly, confidence is not about being perfect or always getting it right. It's about taking action despite imperfections. Even if you don't have all the answers, showing confidence in your ability to figure things out encourages others to believe in you. This mindset aligns with the Stoic principle of accepting uncertainty while focusing on what you can do in the present moment. Developing confidence begins with self-awareness. Recognize your strengths, acknowledge your achievements, and remind yourself of past victories. Combine this with preparation, continually honing your skills and expanding your knowledge. Confidence built on preparation is unshakable. Ultimately, confidence is a choice. By choosing to act confidently, you create a feedback loop of positive outcomes. Opportunities arise, trust is built, and momentum grows. As you adopt a Stoic mindset, you'll find that confidence isn't just an attractive quality, it's a powerful tool for creating the life you want. 5. Preparation meets opportunity. The Stoics emphasized the importance of daily preparation, understanding that what we do in the present shapes our future. Seneca's wisdom, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity," encapsulates the idea that success isn't about chance. It's about readiness. Even if you're starting from scratch, every small action you take today is a step toward the success you're striving for. Treat each day as a rehearsal for the life you want to live. If you dream of achieving greatness in your field, start by practicing the habits, skills, and mindset that align with that vision. Marcus Aurelius urged us to live each day as if it were our last, not in despair, but with intentionality and purpose. This philosophy teaches us to make the most of every moment, no matter how ordinary it seems. Consider this. Success rarely comes in a dramatic moment. Instead, it's the result of consistent small efforts that compound over time. When opportunities arise, they often reveal whether we've been diligent or complacent. If you've been sharpening your skills, deepening your knowledge, and building your resilience, you'll be ready to seize those opportunities when they appear. However, if you've neglected preparation, even the best opportunity might slip through your fingers. This principle also aligns with the Stoic practice of focusing on what you can control. You can't dictate when or where opportunities will arise, but you can control your readiness. Preparing diligently, even in the absence of visible rewards, builds the foundation for future success. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Treat the process itself as valuable, not just the outcome. By dedicating yourself to consistent preparation, you align with the Stoic idea of living in accordance with nature, working steadily, embracing the journey, and being ready to act decisively when the time comes. 6. Humility and confidence. Go hand in hand. True confidence, according to Stoic philosophy, is never about arrogance. It's about understanding your inherent value while remaining open to growth and improvement. Confidence without humility is fragile. It crumbles when faced with challenges. On the other hand, humility allows you to learn from others, adapt, and build stronger relationships, ultimately reinforcing your confidence. Epictetus reminds us, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. Arrogance closes the door to growth, while humility keeps it wide open. Recognizing that you don't have all the answers doesn't diminish your worth. It enhances your ability to learn and evolve. This blend of humility and confidence is a powerful combination that not only propels personal growth, but also fosters trust and respect from others. Humility also keeps your ego in check, which is vital for maintaining perspective. The Stoics believed that pride and ego often lead to poor decisions, as they blind us to reality. Confidence tempered with humility allows you to make clear-headed choices and acknowledge when you need help or advice. Seeking guidance from others is not a sign of weakness. It's a mark of wisdom. Furthermore, this balance strengthens your relationships. People are drawn to those who exude quiet confidence without arrogance. A humble yet confident person inspires trust, invites collaboration, and fosters meaningful connections. When you approach others with respect and an open mind, you create an environment where everyone thrives. Building this balance requires self-awareness. Confidence comes from recognizing your strengths and achievements, while humility arises from understanding your limitations and the vastness of what you still have to learn. By embracing both, you create a foundation for steady growth and enduring success. Humility and confidence, when combined, form the essence of true leadership and character. You not only uplift yourself, but also inspire others to grow alongside you. As a Stoic, aim to embody both qualities, knowing that they are not opposites but complementary forces that elevate your life and those around you. 7. Growth requires consistency. In Stoicism, the concept of arete, or excellence, emphasizes that growth and mastery are achieved through consistent effort rather than sudden leaps. The best aren't born exceptional. They become exceptional by committing to small, intentional actions over time. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You are what you repeatedly do," reminding us that our habits shape who we are and who we become. Consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Many people falter because they aim for intense bursts of progress, only to burn out. But it's the small, steady steps, the daily commitment to improvement, that lead to significant, lasting change. Whether it's practicing a skill, exercising discipline, or cultivating mindfulness, the power lies in showing up every day. The Stoics understood the importance of focusing on what you can control, and consistency is entirely within your control. You can't guarantee immediate results, but you can choose to take meaningful actions today. Over time, these actions compound, creating a foundation of growth that is unshakable. The key is patience. As Seneca noted, Nothing great is created suddenly. There must be time. Consider the analogies of planting seeds. You won't see instant results, but with consistent care, watering, nurturing and protecting the soil, those seeds will grow into something remarkable. Your daily habits work the same way. Each positive action, no matter how small, contributes to your growth. Consistency also builds resilience. By committing to steady effort, even when it's difficult or inconvenient, you develop discipline and fortitude. These qualities not only help you reach your goals, but also prepare you to face life's challenges with grace. The path to greatness isn't glamorous. It's rooted in showing up, putting in the work, and trusting the process. When you focus on consistency, you align with the Stoic principle of living intentionally, knowing that every small action moves you closer to your potential. 8. Lead with integrity. Stoic philosophy places immense value on living with integrity. For the Stoics, success wasn't merely about achieving external goals. It was about living virtuously and aligning actions with principles. Marcus Aurelius advised, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This reflects the Stoic belief that how you achieve success is as important as success itself. Leading with integrity means treating others with kindness, fairness, and respect, regardless of their status or how they treat you. It's about maintaining your moral compass, even in the face of temptation or adversity. Integrity builds trust, strengthens relationships, and earns the respect of others, qualities that are invaluable in both personal and professional life. Integrity also requires self-discipline. It's easy to compromise your values for short-term gain, but the Stoics understood that true success comes from staying true to your principles. Epictetus reminds us, "Who is your master? Anyone who has control over what you desire or seek to avoid." By leading with integrity, you free yourself from the external pressures and temptations that can lead you astray. Living with integrity isn't just about how you treat others, it's also about how you treat yourself. Do you honor your commitments? Do you strive to live up to your potential? When you act in alignment with your values, you build self-respect and confidence. This internal strength becomes a source of resilience, enabling you to face challenges without compromising who you are. Integrity creates a ripple effect. When you lead by example, you inspire others to do the same. Your actions set a standard, elevating the people and communities around you. By prioritizing integrity, you embody the Stoic ideal of contributing to the greater good while achieving personal excellence. Ultimately, leading with integrity ensures that your success is meaningful, sustainable, and deeply fulfilling. It's not just about what you accomplish, it's about the legacy you leave through your character and actions. 9. Mindset shapes your future. The Stoics understood the profound impact of mindset on our lives. Epictetus taught, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The way you see yourself and your circumstances directly influences the actions you take, the opportunities you pursue, and ultimately, the life you create. Mindset is the foundation upon which success is built. If you believe in your potential, you're more likely to take bold actions, embrace challenges, and persist in the face of adversity. On the other hand, a defeatist mindset creates self-imposed limitations. The Stoics urged us to guard against negative thinking, which acts as a barrier to personal growth. They taught that we have the power to control our perceptions, and by doing so, we can change our reality. A strong mindset doesn't mean ignoring difficulties or pretending challenges don't exist. Instead, it's about reframing obstacles as opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This principle, often called the obstacle is the way, highlights how challenges can be transformed into stepping stones towards success when approached with the right mindset. Your beliefs shape your decisions, and your decisions shape your life. If you see yourself as capable and resilient, you'll act accordingly, pushing through setbacks and striving for greatness. Developing a growth mindset, one that embraces effort, learning, and persistence, is key to achieving long-term success. Building a strong mindset requires self-awareness and deliberate practice. Reflect on your thoughts and challenge any that limit your potential. Surround yourself with people and environments that reinforce a positive and empowering outlook. Take small, consistent steps to build confidence in your abilities. With time, your mindset will become a powerful tool that drives you toward your goals. Remember, the way you see yourself is a self-fulfilling prophecy. By choosing to believe in your potential, you set the stage for a future aligned with your aspirations. Your mindset isn't just a reflection of who you are today. It's a blueprint for who you can become. 10. Inspire others through your actions. Stoic philosophy emphasizes leading by example. Your actions speak louder than words, and when you act with confidence, purpose, and excellence, you inspire those around you to do the same. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." By embodying the principles you value, you naturally elevate others. Confidence is contagious. When you carry yourself with self-assurance, people notice. Your presence can motivate others to believe in themselves, just as your determination can encourage others to strive for their goals. This doesn't mean boasting or seeking attention. It's about quietly and consistently demonstrating what's possible through your actions. Purpose-driven actions create a ripple effect. When you approach tasks with focus and intention, you inspire those around you to adopt the same level of dedication. Excellence becomes the standard, not just for you, but for your community, workplace, or family. The Stoics believed in contributing to the greater good, and inspiring others is one of the most profound ways to do so. Think about the people who've inspired you. Chances are, it wasn't their words alone, but their actions, their discipline, resilience, or kindness that left a lasting impact. You have the same ability to influence others by showing up as your best self. Whether it's through acts of courage, moments of generosity, or displays of persistence, your behavior can motivate and uplift those around you. Inspiring others also requires empathy and humility. When you lead with compassion, understanding others' struggles and helping them rise, you create meaningful connections. People are more likely to be inspired by someone who genuinely cares and supports their growth. Every day presents opportunities to inspire others through small acts of kindness, by sharing your knowledge, or by staying true to your values, even when it's difficult. By choosing to act with confidence and purpose, you not only advance your own journey, but also encourage those around you to pursue their own greatness. In doing so, you create a legacy that extends far beyond yourself. Declare it now: I am strong and ready to transform. Share your commitment in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Your journey to greatness starts here.